It's your boy, Large Michael, and this is the Not That Serious Podcast, the greatest podcast in the world. I introduced myself before the podcast, so I don't know where to go now.
Michael would take a week off and
you take a week off and
get what to do.
The rust accumulates quickly.
So quickly.
It's LZ.
Keenan's in the building.
Lamont, a.k.a. Dr. Waffle, a.k.a. Light Skin Lightning in a Bottle, a.k.a. Dr. Zaddy, a.k.a. Dr. Dimples, a.k.a. Dr. Dingling, a.k.a. Beige Blade, a.k.a. Waffle Son, a.k.a. Viet Vino, a.k.a. The Great Wafissimo, the magician with the prescription, a.k.a. The Peanut Butter Bandit. Got that Skippy on deck, word to George Washington Carver. And that's it.
A.K.A.
A.k.a.
Birthday Boy.
Oh, yeah. A.k.a. Birthday Boy, yeah.
Happy belated, my guy.
Thank you.
Shine a light on him. What? Didn't talk for the birthday person.
Yeah. I had enough of that. Getting happy birthday sung to me. Yeah.
How was your birthday? It was good.
It was cool. You know, it was also my uncle's birthday is the day after mine, and he was turning 50, so that kind of eclipsed me.
50 is definitely better than 33.
Exactly. I was like, you got it.
Oh wow, your Gerald Johansson year.
Yeah,
Gerald
Is it Patrick Ewing?
Jesus year.
Steph Curry.
33?
Isn't he 33?
He's 30.
Keenan, how?
He is 30.
He's talking about his number.
Yeah, his number.
Yes.
You thought he was?
Thought he was 33?
What universe are you living in?
I don't know.
Imagine it. Steph Curry's 33.
Who wears 30? Yeah.
Somebody wears 30.
Killian Hayes is MVP. You're just living in a fuck.
Jackson Hayes is MVP.
Any NBA nigga with a last name Hayes is the MVP.
I said, wow. But yeah, I had a cool birthday. Oh, Larry Bird. How did I forget Scottie Pippen? Yeah.
Larry Bird year.
Yeah. Doing it real white. Yeah, it was just real cool, real low key. Took off on Friday.
Oh, nice.
Went golfing with Kev and Justin. Super producer Kev. I was going to go see Sinners for like a IMAX screening at like 11, either like 10:30, 11
PM.
Yeah, but I was
so
tired.
Brother, that's late.
I was about to go too. Then I checked my phone at 9:30. I checked the seats and I was like, oh, there's only one in the front row. Darn, I don't want to do that. I really didn't want to go anymore. But yeah, because the last time I went to IMAX and sat in the front row, it's when
done that before?
Yes, when I was a kid, because I kind of got dragged to it. I was going to see 300.
Oh wow!
When that first came out, so I was like a child, and we sat in the front row, and I was like, my neck was craned, like just looking up the whole time, like, oh, this is amazing.
Oh my god!
I mean, now
Kicked him dead in the chest.
they got the reclining seat, so you just got to recline back and just look up.
Yeah, but this that screen's so big.
That screen.
Yeah,
That screen is huge.
I did it for Spider-Man.
The first row.
Yeah.
Did you want it? You wanted that?
No.
Oh. I thought like you purposely did that. I'm like, God damn, you're a
No.
trooper.
And the
I
thing
just
is,
gotta
like,
see the Spider-Man.
That was actually my second time going.
I need to see
I
his
took my cousin
bulge.
to go see it. And
Yeah.
those were the only seats available. I'm like, okay.
How was
Wasn't
it?
that bad. Because I was able to recline, so I was just laying down.
I feel like I would have had a damn headache.
You still had to like look left and right, like
You gotta move your head.
you're at like
Nah,
a Star
the
Wars
eyes.
storm pod. Like,
Yeah, there's the fucking chase scene. You're fucking.
whoa!
Oh shit! That person got knocked out of her hand. Oh my god. That's too much.
A little bit.
Well,
But yeah, that's all I got. Oh yeah, shout out to Spreaker and Spotify, all the men in them there.
yep. All the good people are there. Shout out to everybody that listens, everybody that leaves a review, comments and subscribing to the Patreon. All those good people. Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon and the YouTube.
Yes, please.
The YouTube
Yeah.
don't cost you not nary a dime.
Mm-hmm.
And the OnlyFans.
Yes, subscribe to the OnlyFans.
Michael, that's only for the Discord.
Right. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, join the Discord. Then you can join.
Yeah, join Discord. Then you might get access to the OnlyFans. Very tasteful shots of hole on there.
Ooh.
And then LZ has a paid Telegram as well, too.
You gotta get the Telegram.
What's going on there?
LZ does cock magic.
What?
Cock magic?
Yeah.
What is that?
You know. It's like we have the routine.
No, I don't
know.
know.
You do magic tricks with your penis.
You know the little routine with the handkerchief and
Yeah.
the The ring.
Like, what's this under your hat? It's your dick. And
Wow.
Ta-da.
Ba-da-ding, ba-ba-doom, ba-ba-penis.
Now to make my dick disappear.
The levitating napkin. Ooh.
No hands.
Ooh, I will separate the shaft from the bowl. How'd I do that?
What type of crazy ass magic?
How'd I do that?
Here it is in my hand.
Ooh, that's weird.
And if you pay attention slow, pay attention now. I'm going to come.
Like put my dick up beyond the ear.
It was down there. Now it's up here.
It's a magical foam. Yeah, subscribe to the Patreon. Subscribe to the YouTube. Shout out to everybody that tuned in to our YouTube subathon 2 weeks ago. We streamed like 7-8 hours. Thanks to everybody that came through. Swave, his light skinned companion. We Don't Miss Pod. Derek.
Yep.
Everybody that came through. We appreciate y'all. Yeah, it was a good time. Good time was had by y'all.
I had fun.
How long did it take you guys to recover from those sauces?
I was fucked up that night.
I was fine.
I had to DJ that night, so I'm in the booth, stomach hurting. It was terrible. And somebody else was supposed to come DJ with me, the nigga never showed up. So I had to do the whole night.
Oh,
It was horrible.
I was just really hot. Like my body was just feeling warm still. That's all.
But y'all made it to the very end. I ain't.
Yeah.
By the time we were done, I was cool.
I was fine. Like
I
my
just need
mouth
to
was
suck
fine.
on ice. Like
You was
Freaky, yeah.
oh yeah!
my
Shout
mouth was hot. I'm sorry.
out to Aaron.
Yeah, shout out
our white correspondent.
Yeah,
Our white correspondent. Very much enjoyed him having him on.
we gotta have him back.
Yeah, we got to have him on for
He's funny.
a few episodes.
Aaron's crazy.
He's gonna have to be our official NTS white correspondent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's our white guy.
He's our white man. What are we starting off with today, guys?
Well, we can start off with the movie that we all now watched.
Yes.
Now that it is Monday.
Speaking of, we just saying that he's our white guy. As long as he's not a vampire,
Of course. I guess.
I guess.
Or if he's 1/8 white or 1/8 black and he grew up with us, I guess you're good.
I guess you're okay. Like that was one thing I thought was funny about the movie. It was like, this is clearly a white woman.
Well, she said her dad was half black.
Her grandfather was half black.
Yeah, so it's like,
That shit is diluted.
yeah,
She's an octoroon.
Yeah, she's Dr. But I think, and the only reason people were asking is because she was there. It's like, yo, are you? And she sounded like she sounded black, so they was like, are
They
you?
told that nigga, it was like, you can't come in here. She was like, well, how did she get in here?
Why the fuck is she
Who
here?
was this
Well,
white bitch?
she's family, nigga. You
Don't worry
mind
about her.
She mind your business. She's family, nigga. You mind your business.
She's from around the way.
Like, this is our white bitch.
Pretty much.
But if you guys don't know what we're talking about the movie Sinners. Sinners is the movie that just came out, I want to say 3 weeks ago.
Oh, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. I was gonna say,
by the
it's
time this comes out,
Yeah.
like 3 weeks.
Yeah, about 2-3 weeks. Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan. What's the white girl named Haley Steinfeld?
Haley Seinfeld.
Steinfeld.
What's his name? Delroy.
Delroy Lindo.
Delroy Lindo, Miles I guess it's Catton. Miles Catton.
Yeah, who played Cornbread?
Omar Miller.
Yeah, Omar Miller.
Miller.
Wunmi Masako.
Yeah.
Baku, sorry.
Yeah. So
A lot of
Jamie Lawson. That's Pearline.
Bro, when Pearline came in that opening in that scene that she came in, and she turned around that dress.
Yo,
Nigga, first of all, I want to see it by myself. I looked around. I'm like,
Anybody?
Anybody?
I was with Big E, and I still let us like. I sounded like Blue's Clues in that bitch.
Pauline had the cheeks. I was like, God damn.
But yeah, just make sure you know. Yeah, we're talking about Sinners. Spoilers ahead.
Excuse me.
I don't know
You
what to
haven't
tell
seen
you.
it yet. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to eat these or skip
Skip when it gets too much. Where
15
like, I didn't
minutes,
want
I
to.
guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But me personally, I thought the movie was great. easily a solid 9 out of 10. I would even venture to say 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was great. Michael B. Jordan.
He killed that
I
shit.
slandered this
He did a
man
good
for a
job.
lot of years.
I can't lie.
He was acting his ass off.
Great performance. I was thoroughly impressed. Like, it was times where I was watching and I was like, oh,
It's both him.
it's two different niggas, but it is both.
It's
Like,
both him.
He's
like,
doing a good job. With
he's
both of
doing
them.
a great job right now.
like,
and
I'm waiting for the fuck up, and it never happened.
and he's like two different like personalities.
Two different
Yeah,
personalities.
He's staying
And
on TV.
it was so good. You could tell who was who. Like, even once they were wearing the same outfit, like towards the end,
Yeah.
when they both took their hat
Oh,
off,
no, that's
you
stacked.
could you could tell like which character was which. I'm like, this is good.
Yeah.
Keenan,
It's-
you don't look so convinced.
It was still Michael B. Jordan acting.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's still Michael.
Okay.
It was still Michael B.
You didn't
Jordan.
believe it?
I mean, it was
What would you
Okay.
grade it on? What would you grade his performance on a scale of 1 to 10?
Or just give it a letter grade?
his performance.
Yeah, or a letter grade. Yeah, do a letter grade.
A letter grade, I give it a B.
Okay.
That's for him. That's great because he averages a D minus.
Nah,
No.
I'm not gonna go that low.
Nah,
But
I think
it's-
he averages a
He
B.
averages I'd say like a C.
He averages a B. No, the fuck
Nah.
he don't.
I would say he.
I think when
he
you
about
when you
averages
weigh
a
like
B.
That nigga
what
is
he's
a
done,
C minus student.
Nah.
C
I
minus.
would say C
He's not
plus.
that bad.
Maybe B
Or
minus.
He's not that bad.
B minus.
He's a C minus student.
No, he's not.
But let's
No,
focus
he
on
is
the
like-
positives.
He is like when
No,
you're-
let's get negative.
it's like when a
many
scrub on your
positives.
team. Imagine a scrub on your basketball team, and then one day he drops 30. That's what he did today.
Nah.
No, because he
He's
drops.
like John.
No, because
John
He's
dropped
had
30?
other good performances.
because he drops 30
though.
when he does Creed.
Yeah, but I don't really count that because
How? It's
not
him
really
acting.
That's just like
He is.
Michael B. Jordan boxing.
I wouldn't give him a 30. That's like a smooth
What-
20. 22. The
What,
Creed
three?
performance is like a 22. It's not a 30.
I don't
What
know.
is a 30?
Talking about points wise. Like if he dropped 30 doing this.
Oh,
movie.
like a 22. Okay.
So you just
I'm
you
like,
said
what?
it. You
I'm
yeah,
like,
like, what?
He's like 22 what?
Yeah, that's like a 20.
That's like
a
a
22, 1 assist.
Nah.
3 rebounds.
No
my
rebounds.
God.
No rebounds.
I
No
don't remember what these
boards.
stats it is.
No boards.
Nah, man.
Straight Tyler Hero stats on that.
Yeah, no, just watching the movie, like he was cool. Like I don't like how he was like, oh, he finally decided to start acting like us.
No. I think it's a situation like I finally figured it out. You know what it's like? It's Ryan Coogler.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be the only person that can get
He
something
brings
out.
out the best of him.
He brings out whatever's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not much,
I ain't
but
gonna
he
like
brings
his
it out.
perform-
You
I
know
ain't
what
really
it's
like
like?
his performance in
It's
Black
like
Panther.
Doc Rivers.
Me neither.
It's like
The
Doc-
second one I did. Black Panther 2, I liked it.
I don't
Like,
remember.
that
I don't
was
remember
that was like,
well.
ooh, I like what they did there. But in the first one, like, Michael B. Jordan.
It's like Doc Rivers and Tobias Harris.
If you say so. But I
He's
mean,
normally mid, but this guy just brings. He makes him a top 5 shooter.
He
in the
brings
league.
something special out of him.
He puts him in the right systems. He does something with Michael B.
Or
Jordan.
maybe Ryan just makes good movies. And
That's
Michael
true.
B. Jordan is just benefiting
He's just
benefiting
in,
from
the aura. Yeah.
Yeah.
but also they did talk about it. I saw some like behind the scenes stuff. I've been getting all the different clips. They were talking about how since he was doing 2 different characters, Ryan kind of had him directing his stand-in when he was doing it. So it was a lot of kind of like almost like directorial freedom
Yeah.
for Michael B. Jordan to be like, all right, this is how I'm going to be acting, but you're also there acting as me.
As me, yeah. So you need to match my
acting-
mannerisms.
Yeah, so he has to, I guess, maybe think a little deeper into what he's doing, have more purpose into it. Maybe that's what we saw. And since
Maybe he's
now,
calling his directing.
well, yeah, he did direct Creed 3.
I mean, directing's his calling.
Yeah, Mike is off. Like, we might have to just wrap him up.
What did I say?
Maybe his calling is direct. No, you
You said
just-
maybe he's directing his calling.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That shit backwards as fuck.
Maybe
But
he's calling his directing.
he directed both the Creeds.
No,
No, just the
Creed
last
3.
one.
The last one.
Just Creed 3.
Okay, and that one was good.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he directed that. Yeah.
Maybe he should put his eggs in that basket.
Yeah, he could. Maybe
I think that's the
that
goal.
could be it.
I think that's the goal.
Yeah, I thought I had to put my hater classes down for a second because
Nah, you still could come up.
probably when the next movie that's not Ryan Coogler, it'll be back on. But for this one, I gotta suspend the agenda. He did a great job.
Yeah.
I think he
Did a great job. I can't do it.
One person I really want to make sure gets their flowers is Delroy Lindo.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Derek, boy.
Because I just forgot he was not like a drunk blues
Drunk
player.
and slim.
I forgot he wasn't a drunk blues
like,
player.
He like, y'all smell that? I think I just shat myself.
And the scene
It was good.
when he's talking about how his boys got caught up and he was in the car.
And then you can hear it in the background. Fire.
And he just breaks off and like,
Yeah. He was about to cry and just started singing. I was like, this is too good.
like this is
Yeah, and they hooked, all they did was
tapped
hook
in.
this nigga in because they gave him some shitty Irish beer.
Gave him some
that was it.
He was like, he took that fucking
like-
Bud Light and was like,
Hey man, he getting
That's a real
he getting
alcoholic.
beer, bro.
that's an alcoholic for real.
Yeah.
oh, I mean, that's a delicacy for them.
I know, that's how.
Because it was some
What
shit
a
he never seen
time.
before.
Yeah, Italian wine and Irish beer.
Yep.
Whoa.
Nigga said, "Whoa,
Like, nobody want that shit.
y'all doing something crazy
You see
out
what
here."
dude? He's like, y'all fancy for me. Y'all too fancy. I just want some cold liquor.
Okay.
Nigga died because of alcoholic. That was pretty much
He
it.
died because one nigga died because
He could have been alive.
motherfucking dick dude came up, disrespected him in front of his wife. Told Cornbread, you can watch the door. You making the money, your wife might suck your dick.
That was crazy.
And he never got to get his dick sucked.
Never got his dick
That
sucked.
was unfortunate.
That was sad.
RP to cornbread.
Yeah.
RP to Cornbread, RP to
Everybody.
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 All them people.
Yeah, I'm about to say, spoiler, they all die.
I mean, except for
Except for-
Preacher Boy.
Except for Preacher Boy.
Oh yeah, preacher.
Everybody
Except for the
dies.
first person you see, everybody dies.
And
Technically, they were dead
man,
too.
yeah, I mean they're dead, but their characters alive.
They're dead, but they're not.
They made a
There's two undead.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, two,
Yeah.
yeah, two undead bodies. But
They said she turned into Snow Allegra.
I seen that. I seen that. That's probably the one thing I didn't like about at the end, that last
like
ass '90s fit he had on.
it was the '90s.
That was 90s.
I know, but it look
Was it Was it like too cliche '90s?
yeah, like
Like it's
I'm
not subtle '90s.
I'm like, that's Biggie sweater. Don't have him in something else. I don't know.
niggas
Nah,
wearing
he has-
Coogee sweaters,
He has
and he
money.
had money.
He's a vampire. He has
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, vampires are always rich.
His
Always
stocks and
rich.
bonds have been
Always rich.
maturing for decades.
I've never
seen a broke vampire.
never met a broke
That's
If you're a
crazy.
broke vampire, you gotta give it up.
Yo, you're a broke
A
man.
broke vampire,
You need
nigga,
to
you
put a-
live forever, bro.
You got
You
all
doing?
the time to make money. What are
You
you
need
doing?
to put a wooden stake through your own heart if you're a
Walk
broke
into the
vampire.
sun.
Walk into
Embrace that warm light.
Nigga, eat some garlic, nigga.
Yeah.
You suck.
Man,
You fucking
have
suck.
some Texas toast in fucking Paris, nigga. The fuck you talking? Broke vampire?
A broke
You got the gift of immortality, and you be like, man, I can't wait till my next chick coming from Amazon.
Yeah, I can't do that. I gotta wait 2 weeks. Nigga,
Like,
what the
hold
fuck is
on, I got Amazon, but I can only work the night shift.
Nah, I can't even go. I ain't even got it right now. Nigga, what?
That's what he's using his super strength for, picking up boxes.
Picking up boxes,
What the hell?
picking up desks.
You could be doing so much more. Nah, this is my calling. Right here.
God.
This is why I went up to Nosferatu and I told him, bite me in the neck. In about 200 years, they're gonna develop a international e-commerce site called Amazon, and I'm working one of their warehouses. I can foresee it. Oh, where you gonna invest in some stock? Nah,
I just want to work the night
I'm
shift.
just gonna do the mega cycle.
I'm getting it out the mud.
Some people call it be
I'm just
doctor.
grinding.
This is mine. I live by it.
I'm just grinding.
I'm just grinding.
Oh my god,
Stocks and bonds? Nah.
bro.
You was there when stocks was invented. You still broke, nigga. I was.
A broke vampire, bro.
Imagine a broke vampire coming up to you trying to pitch you on being a vampire.
So you know what? No, man, we might be.
You live forever.
Yeah, it ain't
You a
that
little-
bad.
Like, so I could be a roaring success like you.
Ain't that bad.
I just fell on hard times. You know, my teeth are dull. I can't do nothing, baby.
I made
I'm
a couple-
bad
Like,
out
what is
here.
your name even? We can't put stack on your fucking on your application.
He has a real name. The brother's name was Elijah. They never said Stack's name.
Elias and
I
Elijah.
mean, the only
Elias?
Elias that
Okay.
we have on record is from 1888.
Well,
well,
Oh man, that
I thought it was a good movie. I personally gave it a 9 out of 10. I did feel like the ending was a little rushed.
what part?
I think to me it got rushed. I think all right, maybe it seemed rushed because in my head I saw it going a little bit different as far as the plot. I thought that the twins were vampires all along.
Oh,
So I thought once the other vampires came along,
Oh, yeah, Elsie.
what type of?
They were in the daylight all day.
exactly. I thought they were like some type of good
Shot
vampire.
nigga in the ass.
I thought they were some type of good vampire.
Wesley Snipes
Yeah, I thought they were some type of good vampire, and then when these other, or like some type of vampire slayers, at least.
Okay.
So when these other vampires came, because I'm like, why would these vampires want anything to do with them? I didn't.
But no, they said it in the movie.
I know. I just thought that's
You
how
thought
it
there
was
was some
gonna go.
extra layers coming.
Exactly.
Nah,
So when the vampires came through, I thought that those two were about to go to work.
No, you were
I was
expecting a different movie.
He was looking for a Van Helsing.
Yeah,
I actually thought that in the movie that the black people wasn't going to be able to turn into vampires and that they were just going to kill them.
That'd have been tough.
Because I'm like, when
who was gonna kill him?
the vampires,
The vampires were just gonna kill the black.
which is going to kill the black people.
Oh no, that kind of just disrupts the themes.
What? Hey, that's why because
I got you.
So granted, now that I'm thinking about it, we don't know how long it took for that first white guy to change into a vampire because the Michael B. Jordan took a little while. So like I thought he was gonna be dead. I'm like, all right, he dead. Now Stack's gotta.
Oh no, I thought he
Now you gotta fight vampires till.
knew he was coming back.
But yeah, man.
Nah, he looked fucking dead. I didn't think he was coming back.
Oh no,
The way he got bit up, I'm like, oh God.
I thought he was coming back. I was just like, oh, I hope they keep that door locked.
Sure enough. Sure enough.
I knew that white woman was gonna be the downfall of the whole community.
Duh.
Yeah, I knew it.
Duh.
The moment she was like, "Let me go feel them out, see if they're good people."
Yeah, I
I'm
was
like, white bitch, don't let it back in.
I mean, it wasn't her fault, but
It was her fault because she's like, I'm white, I can go.
she can go relate.
Yeah.
She tried the code switch.
She did. And she was right though.
You live in the era of the one drop rule. You don't.
She was right though. Like she went out there. She's like, nah, these niggas is weird. Don't get out of here. And then they said, nigga
You
jumped up.
couldn't gather that these niggas was weird after the Pick Boy Robin Queen.
Like what?
You couldn't
We
assess
just came
that
here to
from
vibe
there.
out. What the fuck?
They was going crazy though.
They was going crazy when she had his whole.
That shit was
We
fire.
had the squad out there.
One of the niggas that got bit.
That shit was fire.
There's out there swag surfing.
I was tapping my
Nah,
foot a little
them
bit when they
niggas
were doing the
swag
jig. I said, oh, my bad.
Oh, wrong niggas.
Yes,
Stops. He's ops.
got me.
He's like, "Are you clear, man?"
Me, and sure enough was.
No,
At least, the dude.
He was
Bert
clan of a different sort.
Who was Bert? Was that his name? The husband? The husband and wife. They were clan.
Yeah, they were,
but they got turned.
nephews of the guy that sold them the joint.
Right.
Yeah. Also, I thought the Native Americans were going to make another appearance in the movie at some
Nah,
point.
they said you're on your own.
said,
Shout out to them.
if he's in there, may God be with you. We out.
We trying to warn you. We're going.
Yeah, I thought
They said,
their gear, their fits were crazy. I was hoping that they made some type of their appearance to like help, but
nah, they was
get
like,
that.
you know what? All right.
We tried once.
yeah.
We tried. You get one attempt at a life saving.
Because it seemed like the Native Americans knew how to kill these niggas.
Yeah, they were on his ass.
Yeah,
They were on. He was
he was
scrambling.
literally on the verge of death until he found that porch step.
Then he said, "Oh, they're racist. Easy,
Easy,
Easy work.
the easiest people to fool."
Oh my God! Some brown monkeys are trying to catch me. Please let me.
Monkeys?
What did they call
ass
him?
in.
No, he said that he actually called him by the right thing because he's not racist. He said the Choctaw after me, and then they said, "You sure it wasn't no fair skinned niggas?"
Yeah, that's what he said.
Damn.
And it short up it was. Choctaw, yeah, that's what he said.
He was like, oh
He said, "Oh, damn."
no!
Oh, y'all racist.
no,
He said, I'm
no.
just the devil. I'm not racist.
I'm just saying that ain't racist, baby.
I'm not racist. I was just damn.
That racism shit was not me. Like, damn.
I just want eternal damnation of your soul.
Black and all, everybody.
I ain't here for all that.
Everybody can get it.
All can be equally damned under under Lord Beelzebub.
Yeah. I feel like it was good. I mean, I don't. What I had assumed that movie got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. No.
But Rotten Tomatoes is just a aggregate of all the different ratings.
Yeah.
So it's like people give it an A, everyone giving it an A. Oh, 100%.
Because they have like a critic rating and then a fan like watching rating.
Yeah, because when I think 100%, I think perfect movie. I don't think it was perfect.
Yeah, I don't think that was perfect.
I think it was damn good, but perfect.
I think it was the best movie that's come out in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean a good while.
That's Michael's scene.
Music. cinematography.
Oh, the
original story.
The visual of it was beautiful.
The visual was crazy.
Visual, music was great. That scene where they first partied and then like all the different like
the eras
of black
that was
people.
amazing. That was amazing.
Oh, I was like,
I know Hype Williams watching this crying. With
nigga,
tears
I
in his
started to
eyes.
feel something. I'm like, damn, man, black shit is dope.
Yeah,
man.
with all the different cultures.
Then they had the Chinese.
Yeah,
ones
Chinese.
come out. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
they came to their little jig,
Yeah.
and then it was great, man.
Yeah, very cultured movie.
very cool,
Very
super cultured.
very interesting stuff, like the feature of like the Asian market or the Asian shop owners and how they had like the white shop and the black shop. They owned both, but like that was like something that really happened back in the day.
Oh, damn.
So it's like, oh, that's a good.
I think I saw
touch.
somebody say in regards to that, they were like, so Asian people were in the South during all this happening. It was like, how come they didn't help? They was like, nigga, they was minding their business.
Help with what? They sold you.
Couldn't.
That's what the thing. There's so many like think pieces and people like
Yeah, niggas,
reimagining things.
Yeah.
Like what? They can only do so much.
You can only do so much, bro. They're still a minority too.
to me, it's like them having a shop for black people. That's enough for me.
Like they're profiting, but they're also, as at least in the movie, you saw that that's who they were hanging out with,
That's that's who they related to.
who they related. Yeah,
You can tell they were of that community.
right.
And to be honest, they should have just let her ass go outside, because if they would let her go, everybody would have lived.
What a clean letter go.
No,
out to.
they would not have
Another
lived.
thing.
They would have lived.
There's been a lot
They
of
weren't gonna
controversy
live.
about
Why?
that.
Why would they have lived? They can't come in the house without you inviting them. So if they would have just let her go outside,
You want to go that bad?
go ahead,
Fuck
go,
off.
go. The
Oh,
fuck?
when she told them to come in.
Yeah,
But
she
did it.
I think even when she said that, they were gonna come in anyway. Like
No,
They
they
can't.
can't come
They
in unless
can't
you invite
physically
them.
come in.
Cannot do it. Like physically, they can't.
Yeah,
You
they
you
can't
have to
come in.
invite evil into your home.
A vampire
Just can't come in.
specifically.
So she's like, "Come in." He was like,
that's all we needed.
Thank
"Said
you.
less."
And then like she's so goddamn
went from river
stupid.
dancing.
They were talking about, well,
She died immediately.
if you don't let us in, we're just gonna go visit your daughter, which is the clearest bluff in the world.
Yeah.
Why not?
It don't got to be a bluff.
It didn't have to be a
Because
bluff.
her dad could
Her
just
dad's
open
right
the
there.
door and be like, "Oh, honey, can I come in?" And she'd be like, "Sure, Dad. Why
Yeah,
not?"
she wouldn't know what's going on.
And then
To me, I just been like, if you really wanted to do that, you would have did that.
sure, but that's
Because if you really wanted to get people, you would go to that village where it's a lot more people than it is over here.
but he really wanted Miles. That was the issue.
Yeah.
That was his key target.
He wanted the music.
Yeah. Preacher boy.
The connection to the different ancestors.
Yeah.
That's what he really
Nah, I
wanted.
want this nigga right here.
This is special. This is
I want
talent.
this alu black nigga.
I need a dollar.
I swear,
I need
watching
your
that
soul,
movie,
soul.
I'm
That's
like,
him.
yo,
That's just alu
Aloe
black.
Black would do crazy if he was like did a song for the soundtrack. I'm like, I could just hear it.
If Alu Black was 10 years younger, that would have been his role.
Possibly.
Maybe.
That was literally could have easily.
Can't thank you enough for this.
Yeah. That nigga actually sound like that too. Like I think that's like his actual speaking voice.
Yeah,
From the video I saw.
super deep.
Yeah, he sound like
And
that.
that was his first acting role.
Who was he singing backup for?
I think was it her?
Her.
Yeah, her was the one that told him
Wow.
to go audition, and he did, and then he got a fucking leading role.
The best movie of the year. What a
And I'm like,
Yeah.
shout out.
I'm like,
What's his name though? What's his name?
Miles Catton.
Miles Cat. That's his actual name. Okay.
I think this movie was great.
Buddy guy is older Miles. Yep.
A lot of yeah, like you said, Lamont, a lot of think pieces. A lot of debates as to, for example, like the true nature of the vampires. What do they represent? Who do they represent?
There's a lot of good think pieces and a lot of like
Yeah,
blavity black think pieces.
yeah, those are the
Where it's
worst.
like, let's just stay on topic.
Yeah.
We don't have to extrapolate too far.
What were some of the, I know I saw one that was crazy. Like,
I was just focusing on the good ones. That's honest.
yeah,
And I like what Kahina said. She said, y'all need to just go back to watching Power.
yeah, like go back to the low.
Go back to watching the shit you
Yeah,
know, man.
go
back to
watch.
watching Power.
This is
Go watch Kanan. Like,
Yeah, this is
cause
too much
this,
for you, man.
They're doing relationship think pieces on sinners.
oh brother, they talking about. Oh my god, They're talking about the relationship between Smoke and his girl Anna. Like they never really gave like auntie or mother. I'm like, did you not
Why?
see
Because
the part where
he
blew her back out in the goddamn
Exactly.
within 30 minutes of the movie?
And they had a dead child.
And they had a child together, and they were talking about one dumbass chick was talking about I don't like how Michael B. Jordan's character really played about like didn't really believe in her customs and stuff.
It's like
I'm like, did you walk out?
She was a fucking witch.
No, I'm
no,
sorry. Like,
he believed in it. That's why he went back and got the new bag, and that's
did,
why
I'm
he
saying.
didn't take it off the whole
I'm
time.
like, did you walk out 30 minutes into the movie? Like, did you walk out and never come back in?
and that's why he didn't challenge her on any of the things she was saying.
talking about.
Yeah.
He supported her.
They argued first, and then after that, they was cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said
Yeah, when he
some
needed her,
people-
he was like, you know what?
Some people just projecting.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, people are dumb. And they just
Yeah.
yeah. People just saying shit that want to be different.
Mhm.
But I know you said you were gonna say something about the vampires.
What
Like about
it was
their
in response to what you said about the vampires, or what you were gonna say, or what was being said.
what was being said again? Remind me.
Something of like the vampires weren't
It's in our
the villains, or no, the vampires were the villains.
where they were like sympathetic villains.
The vampires were sympathetic villains?
Let's see.
Like there's no perfect villains and yeah.
Let me see.
Oh, so all right. Oh,
Oh, it got deleted. Yeah,
and for good reason because that shit was stupid.
It deleted it. I mean, I kind of understood what he was saying.
No,
what was he
but
saying?
it's when you're trying too hard.
No, you have to. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, he was saying that there's no perfect
I think it was a savior.
no real perfect saviors or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I would have screenshot that. And then like there's like they're sympathetic villains or like they're no true villains, something like that.
The true, in my mind, the true villain, obviously the KKK. He was selling them the property, which was a old slaughterhouse for slaves, only to come back the next day and kill them.
Kill them, yeah.
So those are our true villains. Then the other villains are Remick and now I guess all the horde of vampires. And his plan is to really just absorb you into his hive mind and just give you eternal life and save you from the true villains of the KKK. In doing so, you will be giving up your soul and
Your daytime.
your daytime
And the sun.
and a lot of your freedoms.
Yeah.
But you will be saved from the KKK.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like horse shit to me.
Well,
That's the facts of the movie.
No, I'm saying like them trying to when they're pitching it like it's like we're doing you a service. No, you're not. You're doing you a service.
Correct.
Because
Isn't that
at
what-
the end, when he was about to die, he says, I want your songs, I want your music, I want your talent. That's because at the end of the day,
he absorbs all
they
of it.
can talk about, and this is a bigger picture about certain people coming into black spaces wanting to be under the guise of allyship when it's really self-serving.
Correct.
You say you want to help us from this thing and protect us from the other, but only under the conditions that it might serve you. Because at the end of the day, when it came down to it, he was talking about taking things. I want this from you. I want that from you. I want whatever. You know what I mean? And that's not real allyship or it's not a real altruistic thing.
Correct.
Or feeling or notion. It's self-serving under the guise of, hey, we were oppressed too, but not really. Like the way, you were a second-class citizen.
Sure.
You weren't cattle.
But
Yeah.
I mean, looking at it in the scope of the movie, he is supposed to be very old
Right.
enough to where before, and when he was in Ireland, because obviously Irish,
Yeah.
before Catholicism became a real
Yes.
thing. Like that's how old he is. And
Yes.
he's talking about his culture being taken away from him and this religion being pushed on
Yes.
him and now the black people that he's now trying to relate to. So I think that holds some weight.
Not really.
Why not?
Because at the end of the day, you're still killing people and turning them into vampires.
He's killing them, but he's also giving, in his mind, he could be giving them something to stop the spread because he could see it as what they're doing and their I guess, colonization of their culture, what has already happened from the religion of taking away African religion and becoming Christian. Mm-hmm. That could be seen as something that, all right, that's not really your culture. I want to have it so you can reconnect to your original culture.
But they can't reconnect to their culture
He
because
said he can because this music talks to the ancestors and brings up something deeper.
But he wants that from.
But he wants it. But he could want it for
his own personal
his own personal gain. But he could also want it for them.
See, that's where you're losing me.
I'm just saying.
I think he wants it for him.
I just had a crazy theory off your conversation.
Okay, white savior.
No, this sounds like black R&B artists.
What?
So early on, a lot of old black R&B artists, they grew up singing where? In the church.
Mm-hmm.
To now leave the church. And that's when, you leave the church? No, you can sing, but just sing songs for the Lord. Don't go out there singing all that secular music, being with those people.
Oh, that's like our main character.
Yeah.
Or I guess.
And then he goes out to do the secular music.
Mm-hmm.
And who's trying to take that secular music? The white man.
Correct.
The devil.
The devil.
And
Ain't nothing but the damn devil.
ain't nothing but the damn devil. We got to fight to keep what's ours
Correct.
separate from the devil.
Mm-hmm.
That even when he returned home to the church and it was like, listen, just stay here. He was like, this still not where I want to be though.
Correct. Because that's the other thing that he's not really getting. Like, they still want to keep him in a box. His dad and his, I guess his culture of his family, they still want to keep him in a box. When he doesn't want to be in that box. He wants to be free to,
live.
I want to dibble and dabble.
Yeah, I want to live.
Right.
Just do a little
Right.
dip and dab.
A little bit of this, a
But
little bit of that.
you can dip and dab, and that's great.
My man had his first coochie lick.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
Didn't seem like it was his first.
He was like, I just want to taste.
That didn't seem like it was his first time doing that.
I've been walking in the Mississippi sun.
He said, "Bitch, I don't care."
That's not just that's not but a little
You
mild
could have
coochie.
walked 30 miles.
Said, "Let me freshen up."
Give me that
Said,
salty spittoon.
Nah,
That's a little mild.
I need that thing tangy.
He said, "You're beautiful. I just want to taste it."
That wasn't his first time doing
When I
that.
tell you that movie is the most freaked out movie to have never seen not one titty
Or butt cheek.
or butt
Not
cheek
even-
or
yeah.
none. That was some horny ass shit in that movie. Listen,
That little fake spit in Michael B. Jordan's mouth.
That was wild.
I heard it was real.
That was CGI.
No, it was real. It was real, but it wasn't spit. It was like syrup.
Yeah, he's like.
So it didn't
looked
look like it came from her mouth either.
Nah, well, I mean, she
It came
was
from like the side.
Right, but it was
Yeah. Well, even
she was drooling. He was like,
when
"You're
she
drooling."
did, well, yeah, that. But then like when she actually went to spit, the spit looked fake. But then when they turned the camera, of course, someone was going into his mouth. But the stuff coming from her mouth, I don't think that was real at all.
no, but
I
it
think
was.
it was.
It was syrup. Someone.
It wasn't like spit. It was
It
probably
wasn't like actual.
Yeah,
Octua.
because it wasn't. I mean, she was turning into a vampire, so like it wasn't
Yeah, she was salivating. She like, "Ooh, I'm about to
vampire
eat this nigga
juices.
up."
Yeah,
He said, "Oh,
he said, "You drink, give it to me." That shit was
nigga
like,
when-
that wasn't a like a red flag." He was like, "Ah."
nah, give me that.
She was over here like, you steal from all these people, from all these people, all these things, but you can't steal his pussy.
I said,
That wasn't even the one for me.
she's changed.
That wasn't even the one. The one was when old girl said in the other language, "Your body remembers me."
Yeah, that was tough.
Ooh, and then she grabbed that dick. All of a sudden, I was like, put my leg, like, ooh, ooh.
I did the same thing.
Ooh, my toes are curling.
I like, I'd have bust her back out right there too.
I like that.
Them tickle bitties.
Hell yeah.
Bust it down.
She was the star to me. I'm like, she's like, that's the
I ain't
one.
I've never seen her before. I don't know who that actor was.
You ain't never seen her
I
before.
don't think so.
You
I'm
didn't
not
watch
familiar with her.
Lovecraft Country?
No.
Ah, that was good.
I did, but that was a while ago. Maybe I just
I've
don't remember.
definitely seen her in
She
other
was in
stuff.
there getting bust down too, and she was also in Loki. But they have her
I
in
ain't
like
watched
a
Loki.
high top, not looking attractive.
No, not getting bust down.
Not. But
No, she was buzzed down.
in Loki.
Just not getting buzzed down.
Oh well, yeah, that's crazy. So look,
yeah,
country, I
Jay
might
was
have to
tighter
check
than
that
mine.
out.
Yeah.
What's her name? Her name is Wunmi Mosaku.
Mm-hmm. Wunmi
Wunmi
Mosaku.
Well, you won me over. 'Cause, boy,
Yeah, I could talk about Sinners forever, but
bro, when at the end we was like,
Mike was like, me too.
I
Yeah,
can,
I was gonna say,
I
we
can, bro. But she was like, yo, I don't want you to have all that smoke on you. You can hold your baby. I don't want all that smoke on him. And he fucking took the bag off and he fucking took the sip. I was like, oh, this movie,
Yeah, he wanted to go home. Well, he wanted to go with his family.
good ass movie, man.
That was a good movie.
and one of the other things that I caught once someone or didn't really catch it, but someone explained it of how he couldn't roll his own cigarettes. How earlier in the movie you see his brother rolling
Yeah.
cigarettes
He had
because he has like
that shit.
PTSD.
PTSD.
Handshake.
Then at the end he's like I can't even roll this shit.
Because they showed in the very beginning his hand was shaking. Like
Yeah.
at the very beginning, I'm like, what the fuck?
But since his brother was gone, no one was there to roll.
Nobody was there to roll it.
I was like, damn.
That's why you asked that Klansman for the cigarette. But then and it blew his ass up.
Man, did he like that nigga?
That trigger figure.
That nigga was just like,
You know, when the
do it
movie,
to
yeah,
him.
they just
do it to him.
that's right.
Get what he deserves.
Light his ass up like a Christmas tree, nigga.
But scenes like that always piss me off.
What?
Because, like, it's 20 of y'all. If we all just shoot in one area, sooner or later, we got to hit them.
They didn't even know where he was coming from at first.
But once they did,
They're just
They were getting lit up.
Who said they were good at shooting?
Yeah.
There are a bunch
of course not.
They're like,
Of course-
they're 20 rednecks versus a military trained.
A military,
Man.
sure.
Yeah.
Everybody just shoot. Everybody still alive, just shoot that way.
He did get hit.
Late.
Also, it was 1932, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought there would have been more 6-shooters, but that nigga just had a Glock the whole movie.
Maybe that's accurate. I assume it's accurate based on.
Yeah, when
trust
I
Ryan
seen that, I
Coogler.
was like,
I was like,
when he shot the nigga in the ass,
yeah.
I was like, that's a modern looking gun.
That was a Glock.
I trust.
I'm like, they had them back then.
I trust Ryan Coogler.
He's like,
I do too, but I was
like,
expecting
here's
a
all
6.
I'll
like, here's a couple dollars. I just shot a couple niggas in there. I just shot a couple niggas outside.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that's.
I mean, they had electricity, so they probably had that. Or something around that.
I know the
Glocks
smokes.
came out in 1982.
Oh, maybe it wasn't an actual Glock. Let me see.
The gun looked like that, right?
Damn near
I
close.
really
It
wasn't
was just a
paying
regular black gun. I'm
I
like,
wasn't
they
paying
had black.
attention to the guns.
I'm like, they had.
Let's see.
Let's see. First semi-automatic pistol. I mean, it doesn't change anything for me. It changes.
It sounds
nothing.
like it might.
But
LZ.
I couldn't stop looking at it. I'm like,
sounds
how
like
the
it
fuck
might.
you got that?
He was like, it's not
How the fuck
believable.
you got a switch?
1892.
My man got a
He's a
red dot.
vampire.
Yeah, you got a switch on that bitch.
1892.
Yeah, but
Maybe if he had a Colt 45, like that would have been.
this that's 1917.
Is it?
A Colt M 1911.
Maybe I'm
So
just.
that's years before.
Maybe I'm just too used to seeing shit in movies where it's like, oh, they
Yeah, they
never
got
have
a
that.
Tommy gun. Bah.
Yeah. Yeah,
see?
some shit like that.
I want to kill the clans, man.
The gun with the like the chamber or like
Yeah.
the cartridge.
Exactly. I was expecting to see something like that.
Nah.
Yeah, but great movie. Will I see it again in theaters? I don't know.
I want to go and see it again.
You saw it twice already, didn't
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't go the second time.
Yeah, I didn't go.
Said he was going to, but he,
I was tired, and then I.
you? I thought that was going to be. I thought that would have been my bad.
Nah, that was gonna be my second.
Yeah, I'm debating watching it again in theaters. I don't know.
I can wait.
I seen it in IMAX. IMAX is the only way to see.
You saw it in IMAX? Oh,
Yeah, man.
they said it's gonna
That
come out
thing.
again in
In the fall.
the fall in IMAX, and I might have to wait for that since Thunderbolts is gonna come out and kick it out of IMAX. Thunderbolts is supposed to be really good too. We'll talk about that.
What is that?
Patreon topic.
Thunderbolt?
What the fuck they gonna do with that?
We'll talk about
What
it
the
later.
fuck they
We'll
gonna do
talk
with that?
about it later.
What's
Keenan.
Thunderbolts?
We'll talk about it.
I'm over here like, what the? Okay, we can talk about it later. Yes. Mm-hmm.
But speaking of white women getting you caught up,
Uncle Shannon, what you doing, bro?
Shannon Sharp, you know, we didn't get to talk about it last week because we weren't here, but more stuff came out that was very important to this.
It's so much been
yeah.
coming out. I can't even keep up. Like I don't even know.
Well, to keep it simple, Shannon Sharp was caught and being sued by a little young ting he was messing with. Little white John.
The OnlyFans John, right?
John. 20 years old. He had been messing with her for a couple years.
I think they met when she was 19 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So been a year or two, maybe.
Yeah.
So
Messing with that.
how old is Shannon Sharp again?
50,
Let's
Four?
double check.
54?
Almost 3 times her age.
56.
56.
56.
Mm-hmm.
So roughly 3 times her age. What can you do? And then he released a lot of things came out. It was like the state, like they said their things, and I guess there were some text messages that were leaked,
Right.
about she has like put a big black baby in me.
That was wild.
I want that baby gravy.
So yeah, Shannon Sharp was into some BDSM race play.
Yeah, which is like,
Which is like, you throwing a lot of things together, my guy.
yeah, a lot of.
If that's what it takes to get you off
Reminds him
these
of
days.
home, man.
Huh?
Reminds him of the South.
Maybe.
I guess
Maybe.
so.
Boy,
Reminds
if you
him
don't get
of
the fuck
the
out my
South.
face.
Yeah, man.
Boy, if you don't get the fuck out my face.
She did that, and then he came out with his horrific video statement.
Yeah.
That was literally the worst thing. He couldn't have made that video worse.
What was bad about it?
So all right. So in the video, you tell us the chick's name. We didn't.
No, tell her name if she's lying. Tell her name. Put all her information out. There's nothing wrong
Well,
with that.
she's
Go ahead.
not lying.
Put all her information out.
She is.
What's she lying about?
Well, if this is true, that so apparently this is a consensual BDSM
Correct. Allegedly.
relationship,
Allegedly.
and she's lying, saying that no, this is not, and that he's been
All right.
abusing
So
me.
let's say
So if she is lying, now I'm going to put your name out there.
If he believes
I
that she
wouldn't
is
do that.
lying.
Why would you not do that?
I just wouldn't do that because, especially in a case like this, because
Did you get it?
Nope.
Nigga trying to get him.
I'm like,
Grabbing the
I know you
fly
might
on the
disagree,
mic
but
stand.
damn, kid.
I'm taking away your
Not
microphone.
lying.
No, that shit just keep flying, bro.
That's just annoying. I don't even know where that
Shit.
came from.
But yeah, it's like in these cases, you got they tend to side with the woman, right or wrong. So you adding to it by putting her name out there, it just doesn't make you look favorable. You talking about how you will put a video out, you will put the video out yourself if you had it. You shouldn't, nigga. That's
No, because he has to clear his name. Because here's the thing: only thing that's circulating is Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp. No, put her name out there. This is what she's doing. This is what she did. This is what she agrees to. This is what she does for. Because if she's lying, it's not just gonna be my name out there with all this false information. I'm going to put the real information with her name out. So I have no problem with him. I feel like the video was fine. He was like, "Y'all gonna release a little 2-minute video? Put the whole thing out. Put the full 5 or 10. Whatever.
this
you
is
said.
like
I will
10
say
minutes,
this is
30
where
minutes.
this is where he lost
What
me
are
for
they even
real.
doing? Like,
Ho.
When he
10
said
minutes?
Doing it all.
when he said this is a shakedown.
Yeah.
Oh, here it goes. Here goes.
they know but a takedown.
Speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent.
Mike didn't know he was
and
connected to
myself.
Bluetooth.
I didn't.
Right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby.
Tony Busby.
Targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men.
Stop, Nick.
No, he is known as a
That's
scamming
true.
lawyer.
He
does.
He is
definitely
known as a.
You never,
is.
you never heard of him?
I know who he is. We're not gonna do the whole he targets black men routine.
He does.
But
Not
he
doing-
does. If it's factual, what's the problem, Mike?
It's not a factual thing.
It is.
This
How is
factual.
that not factual? That's what he does.
A wide scope of people.
Yes, but
And let's look at the black men that he's targeted. Did he? Okay.
Okay, it was a big
Deshaun
target.
Watson,
okay,
Jay-Z
Smaller-
is the
smaller
only
but
one
big-
that's unfounded that we know of.
Mike, I think your headphones are messing with the thing.
Sorry. Hello? I'm good.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
you didn't have to.
I'm
What?
Hello? Hello?
Why did he say hello? Hello?
It's been a week. I'm off the game. So it's like, it's not like he's out here frivolously doing a bunch of frivolous lawsuits against black men like this is just all he targets. No, he's getting legitimately some bad people, and we can say one miss.
But that's what we know. There's probably others that we don't know of.
Well, until you show me the ones that I don't know, I gotta go with the ones I do know.
Oh, you didn't let me do any prior research.
Please do some research.
Oh, I can't talk to you and do research at the same time.
All right,
I'll talk to him. Go ahead.
While you do that, I'll do this. Yeah, so 20 bucks talking black men, and then if I'm Jay-Z, I'm hot. Like, nigga, don't put my name in it because those are two completely different cases. 1,000% different.
What's different?
What's different between Jay-Z and this?
What's Jay-Z's case?
Jay-Z didn't even know the girl that was alleging things against him. You don't know the girl. There's no relationship. This is an established.
He could say that.
But what's Jay-Z's case?
Jay-Z was accused of rape
Of a 13-year-old.
of a 13-year-old.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Yeah, but there's no evidence.
Oh, that was the same case as Diddy.
Right.
Yeah.
Diddy is.
It was the same case.
I understand that.
So he's like, get me off this shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get me off of it. But Jay-Z doesn't know this person at all. Like, he doesn't even.
That he says.
I mean, I can only go off the evidence. I don't have no evidence. Do you have evidence that he knows this girl?
We don't have evidence.
We don't? Do we?
We don't have other evidence either way.
We don't, right?
Right.
We got evidence that these two people know each other and have had an established relationship. And we have evidence that of her saying, I don't like this, and no means no. Text messages and voice messages of him saying, I'm going to choke you. And then other voice messages saying you're going to choke him. So it's not the same thing. So don't throw Jay-Z in there like you're just
I'm sorry to throw your ghost name in there. I didn't think you'd get so hot and bothered. Damn.
because it's like when niggas get put in the fire, they want to bring other people into it.
For?
Because it's factual.
You're floundering because you're wrong.
I'm talking about Shannon Sharp.
What do you mean?
It's factual that Jay-Z was brought into it.
Yes, but don't equate this situation to Jay-Z like, this is just what Tony Buzz.
I don't think it's saying like that. He targets black men and doesn't always have evidence or doesn't have a good reason.
We got evidence on you,
but
plenty.
No, he doesn't.
On Shannon Sharp,
there's no evidence that there's evidence that they have a relationship.
Yeah, there's no evidence.
There's no clear evidence that it was an abusive relationship.
He just said, "I'll choke you next time I see you."
When they're involved in BDSM, we don't. That's the tricky part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing that. Okay.
She's a sex worker. Like, what are we talking about here?
Huh?
If she likes to get choked, and that's something she enjoys, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna choke you, and she's just like, okay, yeah. What are we supposed to do with that? And when they put out parts of clips, possibly editing out her responses, what are we supposed to do with that, Mike?
I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what.
All right. So
anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the out of you when I see you.
Yeah, that's very sexual. That's hot.
To some people, yes.
That's horny. That's really getting in the mood.
Not to Michael.
Not to Michael.
All right. Okay.
Not to you, but it could be when you know you.
Mike, we have to think about this in a sense of law terms.
Why are you trying to save this white woman and down this black man?
Because this black man is dumb in the first fucking place for fucking with a 19-year-old OnlyFans person at 56.
We can agree on that.
So
sure.
I have no sympathy.
That's fine, but that's not a crime.
But that's not a crime at all.
All I'm saying, it may be crime or no. In my opinion, whatever happens to you,
because a white woman possibly could be lying. So whatever happens to him.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, that's not
at 56.
Good thing Mike's not a lawyer.
Mike. Yeah.
Or a judge. No, I'm not talking about in the legal sense. I'm just talking about
in his moral sense.
In a moral sense, like if you at 56-year-old are looking for 19-year-old women, black, white, whatever,
55,
and whatever, and these chicks at 19 surprise, don't really like you and try to scam you, whatever happens to you, that's on you, bruh. I'm sorry. Because how don't you know better at this point?
Yeah, but at this point,
Because he's old.
This is a lot more than a scam.
You run that risk every time. You do.
Yeah.
And then also,
I don't disagree with
on
that.
top of this is another point. You had her. It was documented that he asked her to sign multiple NDAs, and she said no, and you still fucked with her. You don't deserve any. Like whatever happens to you, I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. You go to a chick XYZ, say sign this NDA. She say no. What are you doing after that? Are you still fucking with her? No, because you have what? Common sense. You rich and famous. You got all this money in the world. Hey, babe, before we get into this, sign this NDA. No. Well, sorry, sis. I don't think I can fuck with you no more.
I'm going to fuck with you.
I'm gonna fuck
Not
with
really.
you. Not really though.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like,
He wanted them white.
I get
years.
it. I understand that sentiment. I get what you're saying.
I don't have no sympathy for him is all I'm saying. What if she take your $50 million, then that's your $50 million stupid tax. You're not going to jail. It's just money.
He
So
could
whatever.
go to jail.
Stupid.
It's not.
Oh, it wasn't that type
No,
of...
it's just a civil thing.
suit?
It's just a civil thing. So
So they can start off with a civil suit, but if they win a civil suit, can't they then take it to?
criminal.
I don't think that's how that works.
I don't think that's the plan.
I think once it is civil, it keeps
I don't think
it.
that's the plan at all.
So
though.
whatever money you lose, my nigga, that's your stupid tax.
Sure.
And then on top of that, you offered her $10 million anyway.
Yeah, because the plan is to get money. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
the-
it.
That's Tony Busby's game. With
Yeah,
this.
the plan is to get money.
So he was getting your money. I hear you.
Because even if they're like, all right, well, he didn't do this, they can still reach an agreement where he got to give her $10 million. It's still a win.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
Yeah.
And the fact that they said no lets me know they got heat on that nigga ass.
Well, they're just going to keep trying
Mm-hmm.
because
Because he has more to lose.
Either way, they're going to come out with something. So
Mm-hmm.
You know how you avoid that?
Not doing it at all. We don't disagree with that.
Or have an
not
NDA.
at all.
Sure.
So I'm not gonna cry boo-hoo for Shannon Sharp or they're targeting another black man. This nigga, this old ass, grown ass man is just dumb.
Those alabaster yams were just too much for him. He couldn't stay away.
He couldn't help
That's
it.
what you
He
get.
couldn't stay away.
And mad people tried to tell you, I need a 32-year-old. I need a 19-year-old. Hucking these dick pills.
Big
What
difference
a
between 32
very
and 19.
unserious man.
19-2.
30, yeah, it is 19.
Shit, even 32 is young for him. So like,
Yeah, even 32 is young for him. He's old as
That's
fuck.
what I'm saying. Like,
He's an old ass fuck. What the hell do they have in common besides fucking?
nothing.
That's the only
Not
thing that they
a
have.
goddamn
Fucking
thing.
nothing.
He wasn't trying to marry the John. He was just putting her head through the headboard.
Well, and then that comes with a price,
Like you
nigga.
said, that's the risk you run.
Yeah.
That's the risk you run. I don't care about
Yeah, no,
this nigga getting in there
no
for some
part of
money.
you should ever be like, yo, like you should always have it in the back of your mind if you're doing that, especially as a rich old nigga.
You know how long he's been rich?
That nigga been rich.
When did
since
he get drafted? When did Shannon Sharp get drafted? Real quick.
80,
you got a good guess? Good,
Seven?
what you
I
guess?
want to say 88, 89,
1990.
90. Right.
I'm about to say he definitely had to be the 90s.
So,
80s is crazy.
At the early
I mean,
10
89, 90. what's the difference?
89, 90. He had money since probably 88.
Yeah.
You know, college. There was no college rules back then.
But he went to
He went to
HBCU.
Savannah State.
Yeah,
So I think he actually was broke in college.
I might have been. Okay, so let's say 90.
Let's see.
You have been rich
He been rich since the 90s, for sure.
since the 90s.
Yeah.
Before we were born, he's been rich.
Yeah, he was-
You should know how to move.
Yeah, should. A lot of people should know a lot of things.
Yeah,
but
so
they don't.
if you don't, if you lose 50 million because of it, well, boo-hoo on you, nigga. I don't care if you come on here talking about, this is a shakedown. Yeah, it's a shakedown, nigga. And you are a lick.
Yeah, it's a shakedown. Nigga, run your pocket.
Run your pockets, fuck, nigga.
How much is Tony paying you, Mike? This is real defamation.
I was
Yeah,
like,
Tony gonna listen like, yeah, nigga, just run your pockets.
I was like dumbass.
pussy tax, nigga, come on.
I was like dumbass.
You know what it was when you signed up?
You know what it is when you hit up the 19-year-old OnlyFans chick and was like, she probably don't even know who the fuck is Shannon Sharp.
She probably don't even know who John Elway.
Hell no.
She don't know what the original.
Terrell Davis.
She probably couldn't point to Denver if you gave her a map of the
Hell
USA.
nah. She ain't never heard of Elvis Dumerville, nigga. She ain't never. Listen, that's his fault.
That's his fault.
Yeah.
It's his
Now,
fault.
if it was a criminal thing, I would be a lot more sympathetic. But if all you lose is some money,
2025. She probably know
Well,
who she
I mean,
It's
well, no,
your tax.
but also the thing is, you're not just losing money. If you have this on your head that you've raped somebody, it's on your head. Whether you did it or not, he's always gonna be known. Yo, didn't he do some weird shit? Didn't he pay off that girl? If he paid the girl, that must mean he did it.
there's a lot.
Yeah, that's
there's
all
a
you need.
lot of steps.
And that Disney contract is probably going to be done now.
That's
Yeah,
cooked.
probably.
Off allegations, it might be
Well,
cooked.
nigga, it's strike 2 already, my nigga. You already got the first thing. The fucking
Instagram Live.
Instagram Live.
I mean, that was consensual.
Man, yeah,
That was
That's just not how
clapping cheeks.
That's
They just
not how
clapping
Disney gets down, and we know
I still
it.
feel like they did that on
That could be
purpose.
the new-
That was
I definitely
crazy.
did, because they started calling them gay. Now you got this magical video out of you piping some chick, and you don't know how you got on
That's
Instagram
Mama
Live.
Just
Nigga,
audio.
please.
That's Mama Chill.
Not video, just audio.
That's Mama Chill.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know how to get the Instagram Live. Yeah, whatever, nigga. Please, please, please. You've been in this game too long.
Not
Too
that
long. Nigga,
Not
he's-
this realm.
Then you don't need to be playing in these games. You need to get a wife and settle down, have some kids.
You don't have my say. You don't
He's
have
old,
kids.
or he got kids, or
Nah, I
get a
think he got
wife or
one.
something. And settle your old ass down. You don't need to be out here running the streets at 56.
Like Monique tried to tell
Especially
him.
You can't
if you want
stop.
to run the streets with some 30s and ups, not 19s. Run the streets with some bitches that was alive when you played a little bit. Now, let's start there. That have seen Shannon Sharp in fucking football cleats.
Okay, I guess that's a good start.
Let's start there, because that puts you what?
start.
We was old enough to see Shannon Sharp in cleats.
Where was he at?
Yeah.
He
Baltimore?
on that end of that Baltimore run.
Yeah.
Told the Syracuse I want my restitution.
Okay, Mike.
Let's start there. 19.
Don't just have good on my restitution.
That bitch was born in 2006.
I think 2005,
Same thing.
Same thing.
maybe 2004.
SpongeBob is already a thing.
Mm-hmm.
She probably was born. The SpongeBob movie's already been out.
Most likely.
Most likely.
Most likely.
And you thought I would.
Oh my
You didn't
god.
think she was gonna hit a lick for your old ass, nigga? Are you stupid? Come on, man. Go. Pay your $50 million. Fuck off, man. Pay your $50 million and get the fuck off, please. I don't care.
In other football news, football coon news. You guys have anything to say?
No, he's a coon. You don't
Yeah, go ahead.
listen, brother.
Look what y'all did to that man.
Oh, brother.
Ain't no y'all because this is not us. This is all. This is who we.
How you think him and Trump linked up in the first place? That nigga's from New York.
Nope. Not at all.
You know, this
Donald Trump.
So Saquon, he was born in the
He
Bronx.
talking about
Born in the Bronx. He was raised in
I'm just a kid from the Bronx. That nigga from fucking
Bethlehem,
wherever.
Pennsylvania.
He's always been this way.
It's okay.
Please.
And
He's
I mean,
from a white town to 90% white. I looked it up. And he went to Penn State. Come on, man.
and they moved from a white town to a whiter town
Yep.
where he went to high school and played
Yeah.
football.
Yep.
He got comfortable and then he said, I'm good now. I can let the coon out.
Yeah.
And I can't blame him because that's what he grew up on. That's what he knows.
Yeah. He doesn't realize how I don't know if stereotypical would be the word. I guess it is. How stereotypical that he's acting right now. Like this is very this is very on brand for a nigga like you. Like, and he's just like, whoa, I don't see the issue. Like I went out with
That nigga said,
I respect the president. I respect the office.
Nigga,
I went
suck
out with
my dick.
I'm just playing golf with Trump. I played golf with Obama a couple weeks ago. Nigga, anybody trying to hear that shit, bro?
nigga, look at your quarterback.
You
asked the quarterback. He said,
sound
where you
dumb.
going? That nigga looked.
Nigga looked at the
That was
camera
the closest
and
to cursing I ever seen that nigga look in my life.
nigga looked at the
That
camera and
nigga was
said, and then mysteriously, 3 days later, he had a scheduling conflict. Nigga, he
The
was not
conflict is,
going.
I don't want to see that fucking.
I ain't
don't
trying to
wanna
see that.
talk to him.
But hey,
The only
man.
people that's allowed to go see him is the O-line because you need to change your racism. Black bodies around.
Okay.
Those are the only ones that get a pass. The
Okay.
coaching staff and the O-line.
Coach staff O-line, only ones
And
that can go
rookies.
represent. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
But then I saw the list of people that didn't go. I was like, I was satisfied.
it's the ones you would think that wouldn't go.
I'm like, good.
That's funny.
The real niggas did not go.
Sidney Brown was up in there posting all types of pictures.
What's the dude?
Elias
Mekhi
Ricks.
Becton. Mekhi Becton was up in there
what's the
hyping
dude?
shit.
No, the one that said
Eli Ricks.
Eli Ricks.
Eli Ricks is an idiot.
He's like,
he said
that nigga's a young
Trump's
fine.
daughter kind of fine. I'm like,
he
nigga,
said yeah, that's definitely my type. I said
what the
Like, my nigga, you're
please
fucking
control yourself.
Nigga, what the fuck is wrong? Tweeting that at the
I
White
respect it though. Disrespect that nigga in his house. Like, yeah, I'll fuck your daughter, nigga.
He would too.
He would.
That's
I'm about to say.
He would too. He's on record.
He's on record.
He was like, we both got good taste.
It's like, God, what?
He probably was like, yo, he like, you hit that shit right. Well, I said she wasn't my daughter, nigga.
Yeah,
I can see
from the desk.
I can see it.
From the desk of Donald J.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all the people that was there, I expected to be there. I didn't really see no surprises.
No, I mean,
So
it is what it is.
This is the most regular looking white woman.
People, I don't like the people that go like, well, I don't like the politics. You know, everything's got to be so political. Shut the fuck up, nigga.
I
Everything's
mean,
political, bitch.
We could say that if it wasn't, if it
It's
wasn't
always
so
political.
divisive.
It's always political when it's the president.
Why is that even a thing?
Or it's always political when it's this nigga.
Why do champions why do champions go
It's
to the
just
White House?
something
Because
to
it
do.
used to not be a political thing. Really, I mean, it was just the White House.
Why are we going to the White House? You can go to the White House anytime.
I agree.
It was
Well,
just
the
something they
championship,
did when they won.
It was a thing that was done when the place was a respectable place.
Yeah, when
Correct.
shit wasn't so divisive, it didn't
Yeah.
matter.
Like if this was George Bush, I would be like, all right,
Even George H. Bush.
Sure.
yeah, any of them
care.
niggas, any of them
It
niggas.
still just doesn't make sense to me why it's a thing.
It's just
It's just
tradition.
one of them. It's
Like-
tradition.
Like what?
It's just some
It's American
tradition that
sports.
started.
It's like American sports. You win a championship, you go take a picture with the president.
go to Disney World.
For what?
Yeah, you go to Disney World, you have a
it's like
parade, you go to meet
it's
the
like
president.
just American.
It's American.
I don't know, man.
It's
There's
American.
no real
It's American
reason.
tradition.
It's just a thing that started and it never stopped.
American tradition.
Because everybody goes, we need to keep sports and politics related. All right, stop doing that dumb shit then. Stop going to the White House after every time you win a championship.
Stop singing the national anthem.
Stop singing the national anthem
Yeah.
at these games.
Stop showing the
Why,
flag. Stop
why do
doing
we
that.
salute the flag at a high school basketball game?
Why
For
we
what?
have jets flying over?
For what?
Man.
Why are we doing that? No respect to the flag of America, but why? Why? Why is sports and that a thing?
Oh, that was done.
I need to see the history behind that.
That was done.
Oh, well,
at least the national anthem and all that was done purposely by the government to boost national pride.
Yeah,
because
patriotism.
before it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
All right, fuck that shit. We good now. We can stop.
Patriotism,
I mean, it's not
that
gonna-
results in more money.
It's not going to stop now.
More
Right,
money,
money
in
like-
what?
Huh?
How's that making more money? Adding patriotism.
because when white America,
the white
thinks
American
that
vets-
everything is,
When they
all
can
that
relate
shit.
and
that's how they
Relate
relate.
to what?
feel
Hey,
passion.
Everybody taking their hat off.
Yes,
Yes,
Yes.
that's their That's their culture.
that's their culture.
I know it sounds crazy, Keenan, but that's their culture.
That's how you indoctrinate people.
Yes.
That's
shit
how
is
you.
fucking
That's literally
stupid.
how
No,
you
I'm-
do it.
I
Stand
get it.
up,
It's
put your
just
hand
dumb.
over your heart, be silent, take your hat off.
Makes no
Show
sense.
reverence to the almighty American empire
Shit's just dumb.
and now Lord and Savior Donald Trump.
That's how they get them.
You see, this one nigga had a fucking Donald Trump pin on.
I didn't see any of it. I just
Crazy.
saw that Saquon was over there trying to
Sakoon.
sure.
Up in his face, cackling.
But yeah.
Nigga, you look stupid,
Oh,
bro.
you were on
You and-
his
you
dick
and your Caucasian
balls,
wife.
nigga, please.
It's not shocking though. I'm not surprised. And honestly, I wouldn't even say I care that much. If we didn't win the Super Bowl, I'd feel way worse about this whole situation.
That I will admit that.
but also,
he wouldn't
at the same time, he's not hurting anybody. He's not, you
he's
know what I'm
hurting
saying?
me.
Well, he is a very influential person, so that is
Yeah, I'm not-
that is definitely a strike against him. But nigga, as long as you keep hurtling over people backwards, I don't give a fuck what you do.
Nah, I'm not shooting him any bail.
I don't care what you do. Well, you're not an Eagles fan, so yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to shoot him any bail.
I don't.
As long as you keep hurdling, nigga, go ahead. Be a coon.
Nah, keep that in the closet, Coon, and keep running.
It's too late now. It's out.
Yeah, well-
Coon's out the bag.
No more tweets. How about that? No more pro Trump tweets. You keep that shit in the house and keep rushing for 2,000 yards. I don't.
Thankfully, it's the off season. This shit won't matter by next month. So maybe a month and a half.
And then people, I hate the people that go like, "Oh well, you're still going to watch the games anyway. So what? I still get to chastise him for being a coon.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm going to still watch the games.
Yeah.
So what?
That's like Des Bryant. Did you see his tweet? His dumbass. Oh, that's something to say. Talking about how people just mad over somebody's opinion. I'm like, bro,
It's always the dumb niggas when this shit come out.
nigga.
I'm thinking of one dumb nigga in particular that I know, and I'm not gonna get into it.
Yeah,
Nigga,
some niggas need to be shamed for their opinions and choices, bro.
Let's say
That's all it is.
when your opinions
There's
align
good
with
reasoning.
somebody that imprisons people unjustly and sends people out of the country, or makes treats people like how people are genetically inferior, like makes studies of people being genetically inferior to others. Yeah,
there's a long laundry
you need to
list
be
of
shamed
things.
for supporting that guy. Yeah, I will always shame you. Always.
I don't care how much money you make.
I
Don't care. I don't care if you are my favorite player on the Eagles, you my brother, my cousin. It don't matter. You will be shamed if I know. If you down with that nigga, I will shame you.
Speaking of a shame, it's a real shame that Shador Sanders slipped so far. Slipped so far.
Loving these segues, Lamont. So yeah, before we get into Shador real quick, just everybody, a quick overview. How does everybody like how their team's drafted this year?
I loved it.
You know who y'all drafted?
Yes, I know who.
I'm genuinely asking.
Why would I not know who I drafted?
Who did you draft?
Did you know Jackson Dart was
outside of Jackson Dart?
You knew that, right?
What?
I was just making sure.
Why would I?
Because the time of your text made it seem like you didn't realize that he was white.
What time? Because Lamont said who was left, and the only person I named was the guy from Alabama. Why would I not name Jackson Dart if I thought he was black?
I was just making sure because
I
because
saw
Lamont
that-
was like, that was your chance. Like it was right there. It was over.
I'm not gonna lie, I did read that as that when I saw the text.
I was like, does he know?
does he think Jackson Dart is black?
How did that?
It was miscommunication.
And like I saw that, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna respond to this because how the fuck do you?
It was the way. It was the timeline.
The way
It
like,
was the timeline
the
of
way
the
it
draft.
organized in the thing. I was like, this nigga thing. Jackson Dart is.
I was like,
Because I
oh,
checked my
no.
phone. I was like, whoa.
I never even said the name Jackson Dart.
No, you didn't have to say his
so
name.
how do you think?
I think somebody else said Jackson Dart.
So how do you think that I think that he's black?
I don't know.
It was the timing of your text when you said there was still a chance or something. Whatever it was, it sounded like you thought that
Like
the
you were
nigga that
picking
just
back
got
off that
drafted
idea, like, yeah.
was a nigga, and he's not. I was like, does he think he's black?
But y'all
I
had
just saw a name. It was like, oh, we got one.
Mohawk was standing. Y'all had a pretty good draft.
We did.
Wasn't bad.
We definitely
Wasn't
did.
that at all?
Definitely got a pretty. Yes.
Yeah. Abdul Carter, like I said, you should have done.
Oh, listen.
Good move.
Nobody
Even though he gonna be an
against-
Eagle in like 3 years anyway, because that nigga love him some
He was
birds.
a super Eagles fan.
Y'all better throw him the most obscene bag.
Nah.
He gonna be gone in 4 years. I ain't gonna.
He is a super Eagles fan.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Why would he be gone? He's gonna be part of one of the best defensive lines in the.
Yeah, when he joins our team. Yes.
Yeah, when he joins the Birds.
By then, y'all won't be the same as us.
Well, we are already better, and
That's
they'll
why I just
be
said
even-
by then, dickhead.
By then, we
By
would probably
then,
be just
the
as good
players
as
that
we
we
are now.
had, which are very young, will be even better.
Yeah, they're
I was too. Outside of Dexter Lawrence,
Yeah, he's the only good one. Besides,
he's not the only
y'all
good
still
one.
don't even have a quarterback for real. So
We're talking about defensive line, so why are we talking
Who's
about a
on the
quarterback?
defensive
talking about the
besides
team in
Dexter
general
Lawrence?
now.
We have Brian Burns. We have
He old.
No, he's not. Brian Burns was drafted like 4 or 5 years ago.
Are we sure?
He's 27.
27. So in 4 years,
31. Not looking great.
So we got Dexter Lawrence. We got Brian Burns. Kayvon Thibodeau. It's his time that he has to show that he has some kind of.
I've said I always said I didn't like him. I don't like
He
him.
came out a little too flashy for
I don't
my-
even like him. I don't like him as a player. I don't like him as off the field. I don't like him. So like,
You don't like him as a person.
I don't like him. I don't like
just
him.
had to
But
say
I
hate
said
on real
that.
quick.
I said that even when he's coming out of college. Like, yo, I don't like this nigga.
Don't it feel
and then
good
y'all
when-
drafted him. I'm like, it feels even better not to like him. But
Don't it feel good
I
when
feel
a nigga-
bad for you because I know you don't really fuck with him like that either.
I
He's
mean,
not-
I don't.
He kind of the nigga mid.
Oh, he's been very mid so far.
mid.
He's been very
Kayvon,
mid so
come on the pod.
So-
Defend
Oh,
yourself.
fuck that nigga. Stay where you at, pussy.
Now we're at Abdul Carter. We got good linebackers with Bobby Okereke and Michael McFadden.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just that right now it's just the DBs. But we
But you
signed a safety from Miami.
Yeah, I think I got a corner too. I think.
Yeah, but either way, we're gonna be having one of the best.
You see how it works. Like as long as your defensive line and your linebackers are somewhat, as long as your defensive line is really good and your linebackers
consistently get pressure with them,
and your linebackers aren't idiots, your DBs can kind of do whatever.
Yeah, that's why this year our defense should be fucking scary. Should be on paper.
Let me check.
Your defense wasn't bad before.
It wasn't just that they was always on the field.
Yeah, they were on the field.
They was always on the field and they were just tired.
Y'all got you got that boy from Scatabo?
Yeah.
Scativo?
I don't think he's. I think he'll be
I don't think he's gonna
okay.
be good either.
I think he'll be okay in the league.
Nah,
He's gonna be good in a situational
yeah, he'll back up to
because he's slow as fuck.
Tracy.
He's not fast.
Scatabo would be our power back essentially.
Scatabo.
I like him. I like him for that. Yeah, y'all had a good draft. Whatever, but
the only thing that really didn't make sense to me is us trading back into the first round for Jackson Dart.
yeah, that did. Y'all could have waited for that.
You could have.
Definitely.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, I think y'all, unless y'all just knew, like, we're getting Jackson Dart, and there's no team that needs him in between.
Y'all
So
must
might
have-
as well
y'all
get
must have
There was
something.
somebody that was gonna get him, and the moment that we traded up, like when it was their pick, they traded back. I forgot who it was.
I mean, that's smart for them.
It was one team that wanted him, but it wasn't till like type middle of the second. That's when it was their pick and they traded back, which we could at least traded into the second
Traded
round.
not as far forward.
Like why we do it at the end of the first?
Maybe they tried, but that was a better deal.
Nah, cause ain't no way. Cause
Y'all must
first round
really
you
love.
get
Y'all
more.
must have really loved Jackson Dart.
Never know.
And it's not like he's literally the same player
He's Daniel
as
Jones.
he's the same player as Shador. Same. He's the same player, but played in a better conference.
You think he's the same player?
Yes. I think he's the same. But he's the same, and he could run better.
That Florida highlight I saw of him, that is some damning stuff.
He's the same, and he can run better.
LZ, that is a very damning highlight.
Which Florida highlight?
When he was playing Florida.
I didn't see
At-
it.
Everything
bad? I gotta watch that.
I've heard about him is he's good in games he's supposed to win, but once he plays competition, he folded every time.
Shador?
No,
No.
Jackson Dart.
I don't think that's Shador at all.
How?
Because Shador didn't have an O-line, doesn't really have a running game. His defense wasn't that good.
My
So
man
what
was
do you-
running for his life every
supposed to
game
do?
and had a higher completion percentage.
Sure, he gets past the Travis Hunter, but
I'm gonna say he had
not
the
everybody.
best player in the country.
Someone has to.
Yeah, he had the best player in the
It's
country.
not like it's Calvin Johnson. It's still a 5'11".
Might as well have been. That nigga was doing whatever.
Sure.
But also,
But that was one target.
Also, the
versus a whole
And he
better
passed
school
to
at
other
Ole
people.
Miss.
he did.
Well, and
but
his-
also, one was in the SEC, one was in the Big 12. So two different conferences too. So you got to put that.
Yeah,
in
Jackson
fact.
Dart had more help.
More help versus better competition,
Yeah.
you'd say. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to.
You
it's
have to
hard.
have.
Yeah,
You gotta have it.
Definitely.
So
So
we just got to wait and see, really.
I think from what I saw from the two of them, there's really not much of a difference between them.
But I just want to know what the fuck the Browns are doing because they have 5 quarterbacks.
The owner told them to draft him.
You'll
Oh,
see.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
The owner told they didn't. You can see it in that video or the
Yeah.
picture. They did not want to pick him up.
No.
Because they
at
literally
all.
just got Dylan Gabriel, which is
They didn't want no parts of that.
there's no way. And they traded for Kenny Pickett in the offseason.
The GM said they came to a point where it's like he's fallen so far that it's stupid not to draft him at this point just for like value for pick.
Yeah.
Nah.
But it could just be the owner. But
A lot of.
Then didn't Trump just have some tweets like, I can't believe Shador.
Yeah.
yeah, PU.
But I actually think that it was a call from the NFL that said, all right, somebody draft him now.
No, I think it was.
I think so.
I think they took it upon themselves. It was.
I don't.
I
I think if it was up to the owners, he probably wouldn't have been drafted.
No, I think this is what
Right,
I
it
think.
was. It was the owners and the GMs. They said we don't want him.
That's why I
they
think-
said take him off. Look, it came out that what was it? Boomer Esiason said that they said take him off the draft board.
Yeah, like we're
Do
good.
not draft him by any means necessary.
Who?
Multiple organizations. Said
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but I didn't think that it was probably because the NFL is probably getting some flack for it. Because like how is somebody this high dropping so far? That's literally everybody in cahoots to
That's
keep.
not on them.
Well, it's not. Well, it's
That is on the
it's
NFL.
on the. It's no.
But
It's
they-
no. It's on the decisions that he made after the season was over. Because first of all,
I don't think so.
First of all,
I don't think
Shador's talent does not outshine everything that comes with him.
I don't
right?
think Shador has done anything that.
Nigga,
other
he didn't
quarterbacks
go.
have.
He didn't go to the combine.
A lot
He
of
didn't run.
quarterbacks-
A lot of people don't do that.
Yeah,
A lot of people
he
don't
didn't
do
run.
that.
He didn't run the 40.
A lot of them don't do that.
And he also went. He didn't go to the East West or what was
Hold
it?
on.
The Senior Bowl.
Doesn't
He
matter.
went to like some other bowl where they're like, yo, you probably shouldn't do that. And he played some other game.
Sure.
So yeah, those are all things that they're looking for somebody not to do.
Yeah, and that's all things that other quarterbacks have done and have.
Quarterbacks who are better than Shador.
Either way, he was still project. There weren't 4 other quarterbacks better than him this year.
There was no. Honestly, all the quarterbacks weren't even that good.
There weren't
Correct.
4 quarterbacks better than him.
There
So
weren't-
that
you could say that, but also there weren't 4 quarterbacks who got a camera crew. Their dad is Deion Sanders. Who's
what
gonna
the
be
fuck
heavily
they got to do with his
involved in
That
stats?
doesn't do with anything.
What they got to do with
That
his
doesn't
stats?
mean that doesn't mean anything.
No.
When you're drafting a player, you're drafting someone who you feel because they have to have the draft value, right? You got to draft somebody you don't want to waste the pick. So you got
That
to
wouldn't
draft
be
a
a waste
nigga
of
who
pick.
has baggage. He has baggage.
He does not have negative baggage. I don't.
He
It's
doesn't.
negative depending on who you are.
No,
If you-
it's
if you
negative
look-
if you're an old white man.
No.
Yes.
If you look
If
at
you're an old white man.
No, Keith,
I
this would be
agree
the
with
type of
you,
player that
Keith.
you wouldn't even want on your team.
I said I wanted him
I
because
don't think,
of,
I think if this is your team,
no.
no,
I said I wanted him because I felt like the Giants need that. The Giants need
They
that
need
swag.
someone who openly wants to win, that it believes in themselves.
There's nothing he said or did this offseason that no other quarterback has never done. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Name something.
It has looked like ever since the season has ended, it has looked like he's been more
Deion
worried
Sanders-
about everything other than football.
How?
Shador's dad, Deion
Nigga,
Sanders.
he was performing. He was rapping at his draft party.
I don't care about
What the
that.
fuck are you on stage for rapping?
That's wild.
wrong with
That's
that?
not wild, but that's
It's not wrong, but those are things that are going to
stupid,
come with this nigga.
But his dad openly said that
that too.
I will intervene if
Like Arch
my
Manning.
dad is.
Didn't they say it wasn't-
Like Arch Manning. The
Yeah.
reason why I got 2 Super Bowls because Eli Manning wasn't drafted to the Chargers.
Forced to go to the Giants.
But also, when did he get drafted?
Who
When did Eli get drafted?
was that? 2000.
No, I'm talking about what pick. And what did Eli
I think
do?
it was 3rd.
Yeah.
Where Shador would have been.
No, he got drafted and they were like, yeah, we're not playing there. We need to go somewhere else. He got drafted and then got traded.
So what's
So
the
you're saying
difference?
their
that not
order
what
of
happened?
operations were wrong?
Huh?
They should have kicked up a fuss after he got drafted?
I think so. Because if you come out and be like, yo, we not doing that, then
Oh.
another team, they're going to turn teams off.
I think
But here's the thing. Who did he say that he didn't want him to play for?
he didn't say, but
He never said. No team knows that, oh, we don't want to he don't want to play
I
for
think,
us.
but also, if you're in that top 6, you're probably like, yeah, this nigga talking about us, ain't he?
he didn't say that specifically. He said,
And then Shador said multiple times, I'll play anywhere, anybody that drafts me. His words, not his father, his word. I'm sorry.
and he said, you better be ready to win because I'm coming in. I'm trying to change the culture and I want to win. Pretty much that's what he said. I don't have a problem with that.
nothing at all.
He said, because I've done it time and time again. You know who my dad is? He said, people been hating on me my whole life. Oh, like, brother.
I'm sure that
That's
brother,
important though.
Shut the
It
fuck
is,
up.
but
If you're used to be having under a microscope,
This ain't your daddy's team, nigga.
that has nothing to
That
do
has
with it. in
nothing
my
to do
mind.
with
your
it.
dad's
That
team.
has
It's
nothing
not
to
your
do with it.
daddy.
I think we can all boil this down to, let's call it what it is.
racist old white man.
No, it's called,
Yes.
it's called, because if he
No,
was,
it is racist.
It's
old white
racist
man.
old
if
white
he
man.
was Cam Newton level good, none of this shit would ever
wouldn't
matter. It wouldn't matter. If
same-
he, no,
wait,
no,
wait,
if he
wait,
was
wait,
that
Mike.
nice, if he was that
That's what it
nice,
comes down to.
wouldn't matter.
He's not that
you
good.
are
The
a
same Cam
B-level
Newton that the
prospect.
NFL didn't protect. That same Cam Newton.
The same Cam Newton that won a Heisman.
Yeah, no, but
and
the
went
same
first
Cam Newton
overall.
that they didn't protect when he was actually in the league. That they let him get beat up and get kicked out of the league, pretty much.
I
That
get
same
kicked out of the
guy.
league. That's how they move. What does that have to do with where he got drafted?
The NFL as an organization.
But then also again, Michael, there weren't 4 other quarterbacks better than him this year.
Understandable, but you're not. When you're not that nice, you can go anywhere. It's a perfect storm. Let's look at. All right,
It was a
Shador
perfect-
is a
it was a
starter
perfect storm
on
for
how
him.
many teams?
Any of the
Right
first 5.
5. So that's 5 out of 30. Right
That's
there.
where he would have been drafted.
Hold on. Shh.
And
That's
the
5 out of
Steelers.
30. Huh?
and the Steelers.
And the Steelers,
Steelers.
maybe, but Aaron Rodgers is coming to town.
Who's on the Jets?
Possibly.
Huh?
Who's the Jets quarterback?
Justin Fields. Should even.
No.
Okay.
Not yet, at least. We don't know, but you know what I'm saying.
We don't know definitively.
You now have Then there's other teams like they could use a backup. But all right, so if you want your backup, do you want your backup with a dad that's saying, like, I don't want to do all this and all that? Like, it's just like, I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, like
so that's how you fall
like the white one
in
did.
the draft.
in the early 2000s.
And like looking at everything that he has going on around him, as a GM, you got to look at it and be like, yo, do I really want to get this nigga the keys to the franchise?
What is all this stuff he has going on,
Bro?
around
Like,
him?
it's just, I feel like you're drafting somebody who is.
He's not Johnny Manziel. And
I'm
they
not
drafted
saying
him.
I'm saying like
not
the way
talking-
I look
He
at it,
was better than him.
he was better than him.
He was better than him in college.
This is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's all you
But
go
it
off of.
comes. This
They
is what I'm
knew
saying.
Johnny
That's
Manziel
all
wasn't going to
you
be
can go
good
off of.
in the NFL.
Who said that?
The teams that didn't want to draft him.
Who drafted him though?
The same team that drafted him.
Exactly, the same niggas.
Because he was nice.
The same niggas.
He was that nigga in college.
It's the same
when you that
guys.
nigga, you get to move a certain way. You
same
can't
niggas
move a
drafted
certain
him.
way when you not that nigga. He not that nigga. He moved like he was. It turns people
But he
off.
doesn't. He doesn't move like that.
When
Yes,
you don't
he
do the
does.
combine,
He
when
moves
you-
like Johnny Manziel.
He moves like he's that nigga.
No, he moves like Johnny Manziel.
Well,
Johnny
No,
Manziel was
Johnny-
literally out at
LZ, do not
parties
lie to
before
me.
he got
Do not
drafted.
lie to
No,
me.
I'm saying
Nah,
Johnny.
Johnny
lie to
Manziel
me.
was moving like super
He
like
was
that.
moving like
A douchey white boy.
Well,
he was moving like a real
Yeah, he
rock
was.
star.
Niggas that are better than you this year and years before are doing things that you're not willing to do.
and Johnny was doing that on the biggest stage.
So
That's the difference.
What's the point? Why?
The biggest
For
stage
what?
in football.
So
If I don't even think you're that nice, why would I waste the time?
you're gonna draft somebody that's less than I am.
Possibly because he's
Possibly.
more, yeah, because he's easier to deal with, especially when we're talking about backup quarterbacks. We're talking about backups.
Yeah, once he
We're not talking about
once he dropped
giving
past
you
the
the
Steelers.
franchise. We're talking about backups.
Once he dropped past the Steelers, he became a backup.
and all
It
these
was
teams
automatic.
that are like the top 5 or 6, they can afford to wait another year for the better quarterbacks.
Why are we saying easier to deal with? The man hasn't done anything.
It's not about it. It could not. It could be unfortunately
he hasn't
not
done
him.
anything.
It could be what's around him.
Hasn't he noted like went on record and like throwing his teammates under the bus? And
I don't know about none of that.
No, he hasn't.
I know.
No, he hasn't.
No,
he hasn't.
No, he said
Yes,
or
he'll point the finger fast.
He said.
no, he was talking about the line at one point. He was talking about the lack of a running game. Those are
Like most quarterbacks talk about the problems of their teams. Again, there's nothing that Shador hasn't done that no other quarterback has.
I don't think he was singling out individual people.
So
He was
the
just
only
talking about the
difference
facts
is-
from the game.
You think Jalen Hurts is saying that?
Is Jalen Hurts saying that?
No. Is he saying that?
Why are we comparing? Why?
I'm talking. That's a franchise quarterback. That's what you want. What do you want? A franchise?
Yeah, franchise-
Is Patrick
niggas-
Mahomes
yeah.
saying that?
No.
Yes, Patrick Mahomes has said, "I need help. I need more." He has said that actually.
He said the line's not blocking, or like when the line is doing this and you don't
Did
have
you
a
not
right
see?
game.
Nigga, what? Patrick Mahomes has said multiple times, "We don't have enough right now." Actually,
When?
I believe it.
what do you mean when? Y'all just beat his fucking ass in the Super Bowl because he didn't have a line. The man got sacked more times in the Super Bowl than he had his whole career.
He had a line. We just had
No,
one of
he
the best
didn't.
D-lines
Yeah,
ever.
we just
You
had-
He did have a line.
You don't get it. I was gonna say you don't get a Super Bowl without a line, but nah, the Bengals did it.
Did what?
Get to the Super
Get
Bowl.
to the Super Bowl without a line. The
Facts.
Bengals did that.
Get to the Super Bowl.
I still don't know how they did that, but yeah, either way.
So, like I said, the only difference is this was just a whole bunch of racist white
No,
people.
no,
Trying to stick it
I
to a
feel
black
like
kid.
because
And then I
this
saw
is
people talking about.
if anything, it's because this is a new generation of players, and like obviously, like
It's
like
a
I said, yeah,
culture change.
it's a culture change. He got the cameras around him. Like he's coming in. He's making more. He made more money in college than he's about to make this first year.
And that's why
That's because of
That's
where he
why-
got drafted.
and that's why he's so confident and doesn't
Yes,
care.
LZ.
That I mean,
That's
yeah, but also, but you got a big head. You got a nigga like that coming in. Like this nigga was making
nigga like-
how much?
But they're used to people
that's us
Don't have
projecting on
anything.
him.
It's
That's
not
us.
us.
Yes, it
It's not,
is.
I'm thinking. It's not us. I'm thinking from the NFL
Okay,
standpoint
you-
as to why they would have done that. I can't.
That's projection.
And also, I wasn't in those interviews. I don't know what the fuck he
But
said.
that's also projection.
You have
That's
to.
that's
As
also
a
somebody
GM,
being.
you have to
I'm trying-
project
that's not-
in the
I'm-
future
yeah, I gotta-
what you think you might deal with.
yeah.
You have to project. That's part of the job.
I'm not
Projecting.
saying. I'm not saying.
So
I
what I
would
can
that.
infer from what I see.
So how about we project that this guy has one of the best stats in college football right now?
I can also project that he's not that athletic. He doesn't really have a big arm, and he's got all this other shit.
But his
And
numbers
he's
were
supposed to
still
be my
better than
franchise
everybody
player?
else's.
Everybody.
His numbers was better than Cam Ward's. And
Nah,
Cam Ward, yes, it was. Don't look.
Didn't Cam Ward throw for 300 more yards?
maybe.
Sure,
But I mean,
So
we
that's
saw
not better.
Cam Ward and how much time you saw how much time he had.
Who had a better completion percentage.
Well, we can't just dial in on one.
Yes, we can.
That's all he got. That's it.
Because here's the thing.
Okay, then who's Cameron Ward's number one receiver?
I don't know.
I don't know. Nobody knows.
I mean,
Who's Shador second?
Jimmy Warren. Yeah,
You know,
Jimmy
I know
Warren.
his first one, the goddamn Heisman winner.
But
He's not even the best nigga on his team.
Jimmy Horn.
He's not even the best nigga on his fucking team.
But Michael,
Number
that's
5?
But
The
that's,
receiver?
he's still on the team. Okay.
Yeah, he was just there last year.
I mean, Miami has some targets, man.
Who? Respeto?
Yep.
That nigga the same size as me.
Yep.
If you're a target, you're a
Getting it
target. Don't matter about the size. No fucking target.
He was getting it done.
And he had that tight end on his 10th season. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck Cameron
weren't
Ward
they
was
one
throwing
game
to.
away from the fucking championship?
Who, the Hurricanes?
Yeah.
Exactly. We can't even name nobody else on that team other than Cam Ward.
Which means he had a lot more help, had a lot more targets, had more things to do.
Or he was doing more.
He wasn't running for his life every snap. So then he's not doing more if he has more. What?
I mean, they weren't one game
Hey,
away.
if you wanted some,
wait, hold on. Yeah, they weren't
hey,
one
if you
game
wanted-
away.
if-
Yeah,
shit,
I think we're just making things up.
if you wanted more help, fuck nigga, why don't you hit the transfer portal and go to a SEC school instead of being on your goddamn daddy all day?
Okay, yes.
How about that?
If anything, that's the thing. Like if Shador would have went to a SEC school and performed at that level, like how the same numbers but in a different conference, it would have been a little bit different because he's playing against better competition. But when you're in the Big 12, which is not what it used to be, and you're playing against still big teams, but it's not the same level as Jackson Dart was playing at Ole Miss or Cam Ward might have been playing at ACC. Different teams. You know what I'm saying? So even though the ACC is a little spotty,
But still.
he was looking like that at Washington and then transferred there. So when he came from Washington, it was like, nah, this nigga's
Washington
different.
State?
Yes.
Talking about Cam Ward?
Yeah. He was at Washington State. And they knew he was different there.
Right.
And then he came to Miami. It was doing the same thing, but was kind of like on a worse team, but
They're better.
different conference. They were better, but worse.
They were better.
Little up
Worse
and down.
defense, but the offense was great.
Yeah.
He can't do
So-
anything about the defense because he's a quarterback.
Yeah. If he was in a bit different conference, it would have been different. But also if he was just like if he was just head and shoulders better than everyone else, it'd be undeniable. But the only reason something like this can even happen is if anybody has any type of question about his talent.
Yeah.
You have to question
Which
it.
is, there are plenty of them.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with questioning his talent.
So do we think that he dropped that far because of his talent?
Is it like Mike said, it was a perfect storm.
Do we think it's a yes or no? Do
Yes.
we think
Do we think what?
he fell that far because of his talent?
That's a good reason.
backup.
I think it's a lot bigger reason than a lot of people think.
He's about to be a glorified backup.
And I bring this
The
back
crazy
to
thing
I
is,
don't
the
bring
crazy
this
thing
though.
is, the fact that y'all literally just changed your argument because at the beginning of the argument, y'all said he fell that way because of all the stuff he's coming with. Now he fell because
if you tell me to say
now
no,
he fell because of his talent.
No,
If I
because
just said-
I
if-
said
if
in the
Keenan
beginning,
storm.
I said if he
and you
was
made me say yes or no,
Keenan, you
so I'm gonna
can't
say
do
yes.
that,
Yeah, no,
Keenan. You
because it's
can't
full
do
of
that,
shit.
Keenan.
Because I
That's
started it
work.
up, I said if he was
They could have said no. They think that he fell that way because of all the stuff he was bringing with him,
and
not his talent.
and the fact that he's
Because
not that good.
He's not talented enough to offset
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
if he
Keenan's
was
a nasty
Cam
boy.
Newton nice,
Yeah.
we wouldn't even be having this discussion because he would have went number one or
He
number
would have
two.
went number. He would have went number
But
one.
he's not.
He would've
So
went number one.
I'm not dealing with all this bullshit for a nigga that might be my backup.
Bullshit.
Fuck off.
Ain't nothing
Go in the
happened.
5th round.
Yeah, and honestly, I think he should have went somewhere like Arizona.
Oh, he didn't have a choice.
Yeah,
I
choice at that
I
point.
think I'll say somebody like that should have drafted him. Like,
Listen, I
like,
think-
if he would have got to sit behind Kyler.
I think
like,
somebody made a call and said it's either the next team available pick him up or there's going to be some consequences. I
Or
think that's
I
what
don't
happened.
think so.
Nah, I don't think so.
I think that the NFL probably put their foot down like, all right, y'all need to chill.
Nah, and I also, I
think
mean,
sometimes-
the first thing to come out was about how bad his interviews were.
Right.
And then
So,
niggas talking about
maybe they
niggas
actually
making
were
shit-
horrible.
Yeah.
talking about this is buck breaking. Buck
Yeah,
breaking?
buck breaking?
Buck breaking?
I think that's
Are you monkey serious?
That's
Buck
extreme.
breaking? Niggas know what the fuck buck breaking was?
No, I tell
Stop
you,
doing
I'll tell
that
you
shit.
what, there was never $1 million slave. That
It wasn't no million. It wasn't no millions of dollars involved with buck breaking. I tell you that shit right now.
But no, take the money out of it. If you're
That's a
they are
huge
trying
part of
to,
it.
Sure, but they are trying to break down his confidence.
Because it might be overinflated.
Why is it?
Because you aren't
No.
that nice.
But here's the thing,
Sure, Mike, but
as
they
your
are trying to
quarterback,
break down his confidence.
If you're drafting a quarterback, why would you want a quarterback with no confidence? Why would you not want a quarterback with all the confidence in the world?
There's a limit to confidence, especially when
No,
you
it's
don't,
not.
when you don't have the talent to back it up.
Is there
Even if I don't have the talent to back it up.
He hasn't said anything
It's,
crazy
no,
like
you gotta
that.
think it's a difference between confidence and arrogance. I think he's arrogant.
So there's been other arrogant quarterbacks.
Who?
Johnny Manziel and fucking Baker Mayfield, arrogant as fuck.
You just now 2 other niggas got drafted by the same team that he did.
Again, that is
The
true.
same team that he did. The niggas that you wanted to drafted him. They got him. Now what?
That
He
is
gonna go there and be the same shit.
But they were still lottery picks.
He'll figure out when he goes to Tampa.
They were still.
Yeah.
They were still lottery picks. They still were drafted where they were projected.
But also,
They were also
what's the
infinitely
difference?
better
What
than
is the
him.
difference between them and him in college?
There weren't 4 other quarterbacks this year better than
There weren't any other quarterbacks better than him when they got drafted.
Sure.
Nobody. They were the best.
It
by
was
far.
no question.
Head and
It
shoulders
wasn't
better than
no
everybody
questions.
else.
Let me see.
None. Zero.
Maybe Baker's class. Maybe Baker's class. But Johnny football. Did you ever watch? Did you?
I know. No, I didn't watch him, but I knew who he was before he got here.
The nigga's name
Did you
was
know
Johnny
how-
Football.
do
That
you
tells you
ever-
everything you need to know right
You
now.
know how good he actually was in college?
Yes, I know.
That nigga he went to Alabama. No, was that
Or maybe
Alabama
Mike
there?
Evans was that good.
Huh?
Maybe Mike Evans was that good.
No, Johnny. It was Johnny.
Maybe it was Mike.
That nigga Johnny was doing some.
Maybe it was Mike Evans. 'Cause
He was breaking Alabama down.
We see
We
who's
see
still
who's
here.
still in the league.
1,000 yards a year.
Yeah, nah, Mike Evans is that nigga for sure. But Johnny, well, look at his rushing stats because it wasn't.
So wait,
He
why-
didn't do all
why-
that because Mike
why-
Evans was blocking.
Why is it? But Johnny Manziel had Mike Evans, and then
Yeah, but who won the Heisman?
Shador had Travis.
Who won the Heisman?
The reason why he won the Heisman is because he played both sides of football. I don't think he would have won the Heisman if he
Talking about
would have
Johnny
just.
Manziel.
Johnny
Well,
Manziel.
Well, I'm talking about Travis.
You don't think Travis?
I don't think he wouldn't have won a Heisman if he was just a receiver. No, he wouldn't.
No, I don't think. I don't
The
think.
nigga wasn't even the
But
best nigga on his
I'm-
own team.
I'm just saying.
Sure, and he didn't get.
He had Mike Evans.
drafted.
He had Travis Hunter. He did well in college. Shador did well in college.
The Jaguars took Blake Bortles though.
Ew.
And
Wait,
Blake Bortles is still in the league.
Manziel draft. They took Blake
Isn't Blake
Bortles third.
Is Blake Bortles still in the league?
But he was nice in
Isn't he
college. He
somebody's
was nice.
backup?
Blake
At
Bortles. He was at
UCF?
UCF. Yeah, he was cooking.
He's still somebody's backup though, right?
I'm not sure.
Blake Bortles?
No.
I think he's done.
What's name? How do y'all feel about what's name moving up to get Travis Hunter? Just giving up a first round pick to get up. In
I don't care.
I really like Travis Hunter. Like on and off the field, I think he's dope. I just pray that the Jaguars do not fuck up his career.
yeah,
No, he doesn't have to be there long.
He doesn't.
I ain't gonna lie.
But
Him
I
and-
just hope
him
they
and-
don't
him
waste
and-
his time.
him
Like
and
make him a better player.
BTJ is gonna be a nice little receiving combo.
It is, but I don't know. They didn't even say what he's playing yet. I think he's saying.
I thought they were saying they might put them both.
Well, he was drafted as both, but they'll know which side they're gonna like slowly put him in first.
And
Because like he's not gonna off the rip.
Was that a rumor that when he said like, "Yo, if I can't play both ways, I'm not playing no more"? Was that a real quote?
That sounds like some real niggatry.
Yeah.
Like, boy, if you don't sit your ass down,
Yeah, shut your
what
ass
are you gonna
up.
do?
and play where you play, nigga. The fuck?
Now, granted, he don't have to play NFL football again. I think he'll probably be fine for the rest of his life.
Probably. Yeah.
No, not probably. He will be fine for the rest of his life. He managed his money properly because he definitely made enough in college. But still,
Oh yeah.
And he just got an Adidas deal.
exactly. So he'll be fine.
Oh yeah, he do got that.
He's Adidas.
Derek,
Hey man,
Derek Carr.
at the end of the day, if Shador was
Carr
just
He gonna.
Draft too?
He's still gonna. At the end of the day, it's funny.
Derek Carr,
Derek Carr.
This is gonna be a good place
niggas
because
that friends know.
he
go
got a
crazy.
good shot at getting that job.
Yeah, he does.
So
He has a solid chance to be the Browns starting quarterback.
Oh, you're talking about Shador.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to Shador.
Like when it comes down to it, he
Because
got a shot.
I think Deshaun Watson
Unless
is
they
probably
like
gonna
don't
get,
if they give him like the fair opportunities and like practice and whatever.
I would assume
If he gets
so.
his fair opportunities to practice, he's got a fair shot to get a job
well,
because
yeah, fair. It doesn't even matter. Nigga, his competition is Deshaun Watson come off an Achilles, so he's still hurt. Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett,
right.
Dylan Gabriel,
The quarterback that they drafted before him.
yes, and him. He can easily. I think he can easily get that job.
so
He can easily get that job. There's not a lot of competition. It's not like his backup is somebody who's
and
like.
you can see a lot of players already have shown their support for him anyway.
Yeah,
even
because
a
they
team-
realized that was some bullshit. That he
Even
should
a
have went a
team.
lot higher.
yeah.
That's why. That's why. Because even the NFL was like, this don't make no fucking sense.
I'd be lying if I said it was surprising that he dropped that far. Because honestly, I thought the Steelers were going to do it once he passes the Giants.
That could have been one of the teams that said, don't bring that nigga over
don't bring
here.
that. Don't bring that circus.
Don't bring that.
Don't bring that. monkey over here.
Don't bring it. Nigga, just imagine. Did you see like his draft like party and setup?
Yeah.
Just imagine what the fuck was about to happen if he won that first round. He was about to shoot a music video.
The same thing, I believe.
He was about to shoot a music video.
I think the same thing would happen regardless.
He would have walked out. He would have shook hands, took pictures, went back, and then probably partied like all the rest of the other draft picks did.
No, he was literally on stage. I think he was literally about to shoot a music video. Yeah, why is Shensia there?
Because she's bad. If she can be there, why wouldn't she be there?
I was just like, what is going on? Honestly, I wanted the Raiders to draft him. I think him and Jency in Vegas.
Yeah, you talking about Tom Brady mentioned him so much that nigga that skipped him every goddamn time.
Maybe the owner said no.
Or maybe Tom was like, I was just bullshit. That nigga really ain't that nice.
Yeah, no, talent wise, nah.
No, he cool. His dad cool. I love Dion.
I think that would have been fine.
Like, hey, Tom, you want to call? She don't.
Because Geno Smith and Geno went on Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's probably a bigger problem.
That could have been. You don't think Geno?
I think Geno is supposed to be their guy.
Actually, I'm about to say yeah.
Geno's actually.
Oh yeah, no. I'm fine with Geno being the guy, but I guess also I don't think Geno's like I don't know if he's like a good teammate possibly. Remember he got punched on the plane?
That was
years ago, right?
Years ago.
No. But here's the thing, though.
The Jets were ass. He was mad.
Yeah, could be too.
Jets are shit. But like,
that's true.
Any story that happens out of there is like
you got to take.
I feel like you got to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel like that could have been a good backup situation for Shador, because obviously he wasn't get drafted being a starter. Sure. Learn from Geno. Learn from another black quarterback who's actually good.
But I don't think they would want that.
Nah, let him go learn from Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I don't think they want that immediate controversy.
A Super Bowl.
Yeah, he is a Super Bowl
MVP.
Same speed too.
And did he win an MVP or was it just a
Joe
Super
Flacco?
Bowl?
I don't think he won MVP.
He didn't win MVP.
Yeah, so
Pretty sure it was Jacoby Ford.
out of all the niggas we mentioned, he probably might be the best to learn from.
That's what I said. Go learn from Joe Flacco.
Oh, I thought you were saying that sarcastic.
No, he's
I was like,
serious.
no.
Okay.
I was like, no, go learn from Joe.
I like when
Joe
black
Flacco,
quarterbacks-
Geno.
I like when black quarterbacks learn from black quarterbacks.
Oh, he was Super Bowl MVP. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also a tier. Let me go.
I'd rather you learn from Joe Flacco than
Then-
Jameis Winston.
Exactly.
Well, it would have been Russ.
James could have taught him a little something.
Sure.
He would have taught him sermons.
Those are important.
Listen, man, it'd be the players who aren't even like the top guys.
He would have
that
taught
are
him how to
coaching.
find the corners.
So what you want to do?
There he is, right there.
Here he is.
Don't do that.
Now me, I know me throw it to him.
Me, I'm throwing that
Have you
bitch.
gotten your eyes checked?
It keeps things spicy.
You don't throw it to him, but me,
That shit was so funny. It was like
I put the
Jameis
one
got
in the Lord's
Jameis got LASIK surgery. He's about to be elite
Oh
now.
yeah, that nigga came out did the same thing.
He wasn't that bad, man. Chill on.
It's like he's
Jameis.
about to really turn the corner. He just couldn't see. No, he.
I mean, it was both. He couldn't see it.
and he was, yeah.
He didn't have Mike Evans.
Yeah,
Didn't have Mike Evans.
I guess.
Hey, Mike Evans come to New York.
It's too late. He'd be the same as
Yeah.
what's his name?
As what?
Kenny Galladay.
What's too late?
Go ahead,
Too
tarnish
late
his
for Mike
legacy.
Evans.
I don't think so.
Okay. What time are we at, Kenyon?
Oh, we're done.
Okay. No questions. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
y'all.
no questions for y'all. All right, guys. How
How many humans gonna take to beat up a gorilla?
I think
I didn't get a chance to even watch that video that you put in the chat.
it was stupid. Don't watch it. It's dumb.
I'm talking about Mike.
Mike's.
I asked my
Oh, I
dad.
thought you were talking about one I put.
I asked my dad. I was like, "How many Keenans would you think it would take to beat a gorilla?" He was like, "Oh, 100 for sure." And then, but more respectfully, I said, "How many Keenans would it take to be a Camden?" He said 3. I was like, "Damn, not even 4." I said 5. He's like, "Nah, 3's good." He's like, 3 men should always be able to handle another man.
Always?
I was like, "All
Yes.
Most times.
Yes.
75% of the
Yes.
time,
Okay.
3 men
all
should
right.
be able to handle 1 man.
3 Vern Troyers versus Aaron Donald."
That's
That's outliers
Yeah,
on both sides.
Three Danny DeVito's versus Shaq.
3 able-bodied men should be able.
He got it. His able is just ably small. It's not
I think
just
disabled.
it's
I'm sure that's
disabled.
considered a disability.
Absolutely a disability.
All right, Mike, sign us out.
All right, guys. You already know what it is. We love you guys. Make sure you listen everywhere you can listen. Subscribe where you can subscribe, especially on the YouTube and the Patreon, because that's how we make our bread, baby. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you leave a comment, reviews, all those places. And we will see y'all next week. Same time, same place. Bye-bye.
Peace.